What's up, everybody? We are ready. It is an awesome Thursday, y'all. We're here. This is the Nerd Cave News. This week in gaming, we're talking about SGF. We're talking about Xbox Showcase, all the shenanigans that happened over the weekend. Plus, even if you have a good showcase, you could still suck.
Yes. Oh my God. We'll get into that later, but my God, I need to sue somebody or I need to have somebody reimburse my time. Oh, anyway.
Yeah. This is the Nerd Cave News. I am one of your illustrious hosts, Zach Dykes, joined along by my good friend and colleague, Derek Daniel. Derek, it's been a long time without you, my friend.
I know, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. So, but I'm glad to be back. Still on vacation for a little bit because I took a couple of weeks just in case something happened, which something did. We didn't get back till later than we thought, which is a good thing because I had the time to, so I didn't have to miss work or anything. But moving my sister from Maryland back to Alabama, for her career, was good. Little hiccup, because we took a U-Haul as well for all her furniture. Car broke down, we came up in. We got the U-Haul when we went up to Maryland. And, spent a few nights in a hotel, took them a little bit to get the part, fix it because it is an older model van that we were driving. But we made the most of it. We got back in one piece. We literally drove because even though we didn't pass a sign saying we got to Virginia, we literally drove from about Virginia, Maryland, like median, all the way to Huntsville in a day. Like, we got up at 6 a.m., just drove. We didn't stop till we stopped periodically, for gas and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't stop for the night till we got into Huntsville about 7:30 at night. So, yeah, it was a fun drive. And then we unpacked. Thankfully, we hired movers because Derek wasn't about to get all that furniture up by himself. Just saying. Like, she brought some of her coworkers over to help me take the stuff down up there, but we didn't have nobody, when we got up to Alabama. And I'm just like, so what we doing? She's like, oh, I'm hiring movers. I'm like, thank God. So
you're like, thank you.
Yes, please. Thank you. My body is weary. Please do not do this to me. So we got that done. And then we literally, after that, about an hour after they got done, because they came about 9 o'clock, they finished around 11-ish. And then, so about 11:30, 12, we hopped back in the car, drove all the way back to Troy. And, that was only about 4.5 hours. So it wasn't bad, it was manageable. So got back, but we took some, because we wanted to avoid Birmingham. And apparently my mom said that Alabaster, like the in-between between Montgomery and Birmingham, like right outside Birmingham, is heavily doing construction. And I'm just like, me and my sister are looking up on maps and we're like, can we get around this? And sure enough, it was like an extra 40 minutes. That's why it was 4.5 hours. But we avoided all of that completely. It was a bunch of country roads and back roads. But I'm like, screw it. If we avoid it, I don't care.
Well, I'm glad to have you back, Derek, and that you're here tonight. Welcome, everybody that's watching. Nate, hey.
What up?
And then he says, and Derek. Hi, Zach. And then later, and Derek. I just had to point that out. Derek, where have you been?
I've been driving all across the East Coast, apparently.
Do you not know where that's from, Derek?
I should
Ron
know. But...
Weasley, where have you been?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, moving sucks. I do not wish that on anyone.
No, because I helped y'all pack up at least.
Huh?
I remember helping you pack up. I didn't move. I don't think I did like the moving part, but I remember helping you get everything packed up.
Well, not this last time, but the time before. Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. Amy's like, I'm glad you got my reference. I had to help Derek there.
What does that
filthy
mean?
Cocker Spaniel.
What does that mean?
It's a Dungeon Crawler Carl reference.
Okay.
Me and Nate, we're in it. We're crawling, you know what I mean? We're down there, we doing all the things. And, yeah. I can't help that everybody's not on our same wavelength. Yeah.
When you say, every time you say Dungeon Crawler Carl, I think of llamas with hats from way back in the day. Carl, that kills people.
That actually does fit pretty well with how Carl works. He is chaos incarnate.
Lovely.
Kaylee, welcome to the stream. We are doing well. We're excited. We're talking about all the video game news that you need to know tonight. So we're going to have a great time.
Including a few articles. It's not just going to... Normally when we do this stuff, it's just trailers. But there was a few things that dropped that we just have to talk about. One including a company that did really well in their showcase and all of a sudden decided, nah, we're going to do a bait and switch on you.
Yeah, we're just going to shoot ourselves in the foot. All the goodwill that we got this weekend,
gone.
Yeah. Joe says, interview went well. I actually had a separate surprise interview call right before, but I am not going for that one at all. Okay, dope. But the one scheduled, it would pay for almost double what I make right now. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know. I think you're on the money, Nate, that he is a Cocker Spaniel. I'm just saying.
I'm not entertaining your shenanigans my first week back.
Oh, you're going to entertain whatever I want you to entertain, young man.
Pause.
Young man. Just because we're in a chatting mood before we hit all of the trailers, we got a ton of trailers that we're going to be covering. Some SGF stuff. We're going to be covering Xbox, some of their stuff, and then we're going to cover 3. We're saving y'all a ton of time from the Nintendo Direct because it was like, it felt like
it's half cash, half stock.
It was bad. It was so flipping bad, y'all.
I'm almost willing to go on the record and say that interview went better than the Nintendo Direct.
But at least like the last 5 minutes, if they would have just put out that, they would have been awesome. But man, oh man, Nintendo. I don't know what you're doing over there. Just a quick update for everybody. Finished Expedition 33. Which the people that watch the stream know that. And then I finished Alan Wake 2 over the weekend. So, man, Derek, you need to get into this game. You need to get into this game. Like, so freaking good. I loved every minute of it. Y'all can read my Substack post kind of glazing it, but dude, it is so freaking well done. And if y'all like the thriller, like mental aspect of horror, like it is a horror game, but I feel like it's more thriller. Like you do have some jump scares and all of that, but it's mostly like, it's like trying to get your mind like, oh my God, something's going to happen type deal. Which you played a good bit until you got to the bulldozer of Alan Wake 1. Yeah. So you kind of get like it's not really horror. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like when I think horror, I think of like Resident Evil, which we got a new Resident Evil, everybody. We're getting a remake of a Resident Evil and everything, which we'll be showing off here in just a little bit. But yeah, dude, absolutely loved it. And the new Game Plus mode, I found out, actually affects the story.
Ooh.
So you get like
that's different.
You get like a different ending in a way by playing it again.
Interesting. See, that's how you do a new Game Plus, because most of the new Game Pluses are just phoned in. They're like, play it and you get some new skins, maybe a new like artifact depending on what style of game that you play, but mostly it's just like you get new outfits for the characters. But I like when new Game Pluses stuff does stuff like that.
Yeah, because all of it's about loops and all of this kind of stuff. So it's like you're going through the loop again, but because you know this stuff, you're able to like get a different outcome and all of that. But yeah, dude, highly suggest it, and started playing Lego Batman on Tuesday. Ton of fun, dude. I'm loving every minute of it. It feels pretty good. It's not full Arkham, but it has enough of the bones there that I'm having a great time. So
if Arkham was a Lego game, that's pretty much what it'd be.
Yeah, I'm going to bump up the difficulty because a lot of people that like loved Arkham is like, if you bump up the difficulty, it's going to feel like you're playing like normal on an Arkham game.
Nice.
Because right now it's a little bit too easy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, they have to do it, for the kid aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
nice.
But I'm loving it, dude. It looks great.
And of course, obviously we discussed, no spoileries. Like once you had gotten through like the big twist in Expedition 33. Now that you have finished it and finished Act 3, does it change or does it keep your same thought process from the twist of the whole game now?
Like, I understand where they're going. It's very French. Like that's the thing that I get from this game. Because the ending, I was just like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it was sad in a way, but I'm curious, which way did you go? Did you go Verso or Mael?
Oh, I think I went Mael.
I went Verso.
That tracks.
Wake up to reality.
Fair enough.
Nate says, I just saw Alan Wake 1 and 2 are on Amazon Luna. I was looking at my Prime benefits and realized I had access to some Luna stuff. I have not touched any kind of Luna stuff, so I'm not sure.
I didn't even know that still was a thing. I'm surprised Amazon hasn't killed it yet.
Same. But dude, I love these games. Derek can tell you, I've been hyping Alan Wake for so many years. Like it's not a new thing. I've been hyping Alan Wake since like 2013 or whatever the first one came out. So
I feel like it was later than that, but or earlier than that. But I digress. You have been a staunch Alan Wake defender.
Oh, Alan Wake 2010. So yes, even before then, because I played it right when it came out, and I
that was
absolutely
before it
loved
even got a physical edition, because it was like part of that.
Yep.
It was when Xbox was in their like arcade era, right?
Yep. Dude, so good. Well, that is what we've been playing. Derek didn't get to play anything because he's been moving, he's been grooving, as the old song, I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere. That's been Derek, y'all. So tonight we are going to jump into first the Summer Game Fest trailers. We're going to jump into all of these. We've got a few of them, and then we're going to do Nintendo. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Ubisoft, and then we're going to talk about Xbox. We're going to do all the trailers that we want from there. So,
and full disclosure, it's not obviously we're just picking our favorites from these. If you want, there was a ton of more. So if we didn't show your game that you liked from the showcase, you can go find it. I'm not trying to make the sound rude, but there's tons of more stuff that you can go look at and find on your own if none of these that we show you are up your alley.
Yeah, Day of the Devs. We're not covering any of that here. Maybe.
But what about the PC gaming show and all the TurboTax updates?
Hey, they got Spelunker 54 or whatever. I have no idea. You remember Spelunky? You remember that game, Derek? Yeah.
Made a second one, I thought, too.
Yeah, they made a second one. So we're going to cover the ones that we thought. Derek and I, for Summer Game Fest, we both picked 3. Mm-hmm. And so without further ado, my first pick was really cool. And I feel like Derek did me a solid and let me go first. So I picked all the good ones and he picked all the bad ones. So if they suck...
Wow!
They're Derek's picks. I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing. So first up is Blood Message. Without further ado, let's jump into this trailer.
I don't know if there's sound. There it is.
Don't you want a chicken, Derek?
You know,
Bagak!
looking at one across the screen from me.
That dude was beat.
Yeah.
He had stripes all across him.
一起奋起，却从未有人坚守如我等之久。今日天枪大捷，以寡破众。
Also, disclaimer, y'all, there's some mature stuff in a lot of these trailers. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Dude literally had the sword through his neck. Dang!
Yeah.
又进进了。
该你了。
Dang, that game looks so good, Derek.
It does.
只要和西归堂，你不打仗，也能守住我们的家。
Cute kid. Be bad if something happened.
Don't you do it, die!
Oh, oh, that is like that would be a bad way to die.
100%.
是死。不行！
Dang.
Like this scene right here kind of evokes, like, reminds me of Helm's Deep, like with them climbing up the ladders and then just knocking them down.
Yeah. You got your Legolas.
Yeah.
人都死了，哪来的家？
Oh. Man,
You
get
can
no
hear
praise.
somebody saying I'm shooting in Mongolian because I've heard it so many times in
From Ghost of
Tsushima.
由来征战地，不见有人。
This reminds me of Game of Thrones season 6.
Yeah, Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
真到了那天，我的安宁，还有像安宁一样的孩子们，就再也不用怕没有家了。
Well, they killed your person, and now you got to go get revenge. Last was part 2.
Oh man, I would love to see more of this. Like I know a lot of people went and played some of this and everything.
Yeah.
Derek, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
It definitely evokes, like, you know, a very gritty, you know, blood-soaked battlefield. You know, obviously, like I said, I made points about, you know, Game of Thrones season 6 with Jon Snow, and then Helm's Deep, you know, with them climbing up the ladders and just like shooting them down, knocking down the ladders, that kind of thing. It just evokes, like, this just screams like, all right, we are going to get you in the nitty-gritty of battle. You're going to wade through muck, you know, to get to where you need to be.
Yeah, like again, I don't know how much of this you could tell
It's
when
gameplay
things
versus-
it's
yeah.
gameplay, yeah. But dude, it looks fantastic. The amount of enemies. I'm wondering, like, is it going to be more like I don't think it's going to be Dynasty Warriors level of enemies and everything, but maybe kind of like Yote, how they had a lot more enemies in it
Yeah.
compared to Tsushima and everything.
Well, some of the character designs remind me of also For Honor.
Yes.
So,
Dude, this right here, watch how he will get this dude and then he like hits his sword. Dude, that is so freaking cool.
yeah. So it's, and the lighting, Zach, the light.
Don't, Derek, if I started talking about lighting tonight, like right there, just that shot in and of itself, okay? Let's just, like that lighting right there. And then the one where
Yeah.
you got this dead body.
Yeah.
Look at this lighting, y'all. But if I did that all night, Derek, we would be here literally until 12 o'clock. And We can't do that
until past 12 o'clock, my friend.
Probably. I'm really looking forward to this one. You know, with the rise of a lot of Eastern developers, we've been getting a lot of great games. Like, you know, you think about Black Myth Wukong, Crimson Desert. Like, we've gotten a lot of really good games coming from Eastern developers that are not Japan, which, you know, we get a lot of great games from Japan, but seeing, you know, some Chinese developers and all of that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, one of them, like, we're not going to show it from the Xbox showcase, but one I didn't see coming was a sequel to Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Like, I forgot that game out a few years ago, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, if you enjoyed that, we're doing a sequel. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I was not expecting it either, and a quick turnaround because it was like 2 or 3 years since the last one came out. So next up, we're looking at Control Resonant. So let's see what the people over at Remedy, my dudes, I think they've officially usurped Housemarque in my mind as my go-to smaller studio. So let's check out Control Resonant.
It's been 7 years. The oldest house has fallen. Everything we tried to contain is now loose in the streets of Manhattan. This was caused by a new type of hostile resonance. It is beyond anything that we can currently measure.
What in the Expedition 33?
Quite terrifying. And fascinating.
The terrifying and fascinating. Like, that is an interesting combo.
Yeah. Because I've never been fascinated by terror. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Songs crutching.
For sure.
That's giving me like some Destiny.
Yeah,
that thing
a little bit.
that was like shooting the laser out.
Yeah.
That lighting, Derek.
Here we go.
Dig deeper. Keep searching for the solutions in every way.
It's giving me some Death Stranding.
Yeah.
And that's giving me some Quantum Break.
Before it's too
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Like running down that thing. Man, September, my dude.
Dude, and I know I wasn't on last week, but because I know you talked about PlayStation and then like some other things that had gotten talked about. September is freaking crazy. Like after Summer Game Fest and Xbox Showcase, like all these flipping September games are like, even like Nintendo, like again, we're not showing it, but the Fire Emblem game that they're putting out is September. I think it's the same day as Wolverine, if not the same week as Wolverine. That is ridiculous. Like there are pretty much like 5 or 6 major games at this point that are coming out all in September. And I know they're trying to avoid the juggernaut that is GTA, but they do know October exists, right? Like early to mid-October, like Gears did. I mean, spoiler alert for Gears, it's coming out early October, but it does exist. There's another month before November. I promise you guys.
Derek, I think October has moved out of the way of Grand Theft Auto
GTA.
At this point.
October has been delayed to 2027.
Yeah. Like it's crazy. And thankfully some games are moving into that August slot. And then we did see 1 or 2 go into October and everything. I hope and pray, because there's so many of these games that are going to cannibalize each other. I know I talked about it last week and everything, but my God, you can only buy so many games.
I know, like obviously as much as I'm excited for Control Resonant, I never finished the first one, but also I am saving my money for Wolverine. Like that is the game that I want. Insomniac has not done me wrong yet on any of on the last couple games they put out. So why should I, again, I know Remedy's hitting on all cylinders after Alan Wake 2. I get it. But if I'm going to spend money, I'm going to spend money. The Sony pony shocker here is going to save their money for the PlayStation game. But again, I'm with you. I'm interested to see 2 things are going to happen, and maybe both could happen. Some of these are going to have to get delayed out till either December and just bite the bullet of not being part of the Game Awards discussion and have to wait a whole year for it, or wait for DICE Awards, honestly, or get pushed into 2027, or just, bite the bullet and, the fan base that'll buy you on the, if all those stick to their dates, the fan base that's going to be into you is going to buy you. And just, you have to deal with the low number sales.
Yeah. And I don't think they can handle getting low numbers on any of these games right now, because so many people, like, we're going to talk about layoffs and all of that here in just a little bit. But
and I was going to say, like, Remedy also already came out and said that they kind of wanted Control and Alan Wake 2 to sell more. They had wanted to sell. So now it's like, I get it, because Wolverine was the first to plant its flag, kinda. They, about a year ago, they planted their flag for fall-ish, or second half 2026, and then they were the first to plant their flag in September, beginning of this year. And I think they're gonna stand firm. Like, they know what they bring to the table, especially after that great showing they had at the State of Play. But Control Resonant, it's like, I feel like, as excited as I am for this, I think they want to give it its own. I think that could probably get delayed. I know it's it's crazy to think, it just got its release date shown June, and it's like over 3 months out. But we've seen before. My go-to example is, I'll beat this dead horse. Cyberpunk 2077. It went gold. Like, back then in the video game industry, once you get gold, it was a lock it in, get ready, we're ready, and it still got delayed. So just because we're 3 months out does not mean exempt it from getting delayed still.
Yeah, and for me, if you can push up into August, because August is pretty thin still right now.
Yeah.
If you could push into August, like, if your game is ready, which is hard to ask somebody to go September 24th, which there's like 4 games on September 24th right now.
Yeah.
Like Onimusha, I'm pretty sure is September 24th as well.
Or around that same week for sure.
So it's like, if you can get into August, you have a better chance. October, I feel like you still can sell, but it's like, the sooner you get out, the better off you're going to be, because once people spend their money, they're going to be like, all right, you got McDonald's at home. All right.
Exactly.
Exactly. You got McDonald's money.
But just to get back on the trailer rewatch, because that's what we're here for, guys, to discuss the trailers. Like, I know I just had to get that little pointer out there, September 24th, but the trailer shows, like, and they talked about it. They kind of hinted at it when they first showed it off at Game Awards. But they went into more, they talked about it a little bit more. This is going from a little bit away from what Control did. Now, there was some action, like with the telekinetic powers and the supernatural powers, but it mainly was like you were using your gun in the first Control game. This one is going, like, yes, you have gunplay in it a little bit, but this one is going for more of an action-style game. So they are trying to change up the gameplay, because you're playing as a different character also in Resonant. But, they're trying to change up the gameplay style. So I'm interested to see how that'll, broad spectrum, like how you can evolve and adapt to it. Like, I'm also thinking, maybe they go more Quantum Break, because, while you did use guns, it was all about the timey-wimey powers that you did use and how that evolved and adapted, as you went through the course of the story. So I'm wondering if they'll take a little page from that book and use that to, for Control Resonance gameplay. And because, we saw in the first unveiling, like, the weirdness, like the, was it Inception-esque, like of the levels that you're in, like, you're walking straight, then you're going down, then you're going up, then you're going sideways. So I wonder if that'll play into, like, the verticality and, like, the level design as well, is why they went more action-y for this game.
Yeah, because you could see that right here, like, and I feel like they showed less of that in this trailer compared to the last one that we got, But dude, it looks great. I just think, it'll
probably be one of the sacrificial lambs.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Now, the next game I was not expecting at all, and I was actually kind of shocked to see it. And this game is 1666 Amsterdam, and this comes from the original creator of Assassin's Creed. So,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you know that there's a pedigree here when we get to this game, and there is a prologue that is out on Steam right now. I haven't played it yet. It is something I want to play, but let's get into 1666 Amsterdam.
I was born to be the collector. To protect a world I cannot be a part of. Destined to be feared for what I am.
She's a witch.
It is my fate.
Heretic.
I feel like this is more Assassin's Creed Hexy than Hexy's going to be.
Those granted the power to raise souls. Those corrupted by their gifts. Tilting the ancient balance toward cataclysm. But at last, their debt is due.
Giving me like some Sleepy Hollow vibes right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Kitty cats.
Every
They ain't
breath
friendly, I can guarantee you that.
has led me to this moment.
I think they're like your familiars.
As the moon bears witness,
That makes sense.
I take the first step. My time has come. I am ready.
Yeah, I like how they showed 666 before they brought in the 1.
Yeah. Dude, this looks amazing.
It does, and I'm sure Ubisoft is sitting there going, "Curse you!"
Yeah, like,
Because they were like, "We were the first to announce that we're doing like a witchcraft type of game," and Comanche just said, "Hold my beer."
well, and like they've taken out all of the like magic part of the game.
Yeah.
And Hexy and everything because of the new management, which, hey, you know, that's on them. You know, if they want to do that, that's their franchise.
So are they going to rename it then? Because, you know, when you think of Hexy, you think witchcraft. Just saying.
Yeah, like it's going to look like witchcraft, but it's going to be like science and like different things. So people that are on the outside aren't going to, you know, are going to think that it's witchcraft.
Black Butler Season 5. What? That's because that's exactly kind of what they did in Black Butler Season 5. I digress. Go on.
So with this, like you do play as she's essentially someone, like the story, how it goes is she does detective work during the day. And she finds out where these demons are because there's like demons that are hiding inside of people or whatever. And her job is to find them and get rid of them. So during the day, she does detective work, and at night she goes out and combats them and exercises them and everything.
Huh. That sounds cool.
Yeah. So I've got to play the prologue and get like a little bit more and everything. Maybe next week I can give everybody an update on that. But dude, I'm super stoked about it. It looks cool, and it looks like there's some
really cool.
Some cool verticality and movement and all of that. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Continuing in the kind of evil side of things, spoopy, Resident Evil Veronica got announced, and it was literally the first announcement of SGF. So let's check out Resident Evil Veronica. They dropped the code.
Yeah. Some would say they broke the code.
Cafe do Papa Blue.
Almost feels like Outlast. You're holding up the notebooks. Mount Massive Asylum.
Like, they always make these games look so freaking good, Derek.
I know.
Yes. So you're the American who called earlier. The
Reminds me of
sister the
Edna
man on
from The
third
Incredibles.
floor. Welcome to Paris.
Just wait
It's
until
so nice
she's
to
like
meet
trying to
you.
eat your face.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm waiting for her to turn on me.
Freezing. Come in.
My darling.
Come in. We don't want you to catch a cold.
It's like,
I hate to say it, but your brother is, well, quite odd.
In we go.
you gotta love old people. They just say whatever the crap they want to say.
Yep. Like, they try and
we
try and
go.
make it sound better than it is, but they're just like, ah.
Yeah. We just entered this apartment twice. SGF had a lot of technical difficulties.
Mais quel pagaille. He's made such a mess again. Think I just cleaned it up a week ago.
Put a
It's
cleaning
like a
fine on him
boulder
then.
hole through here.
Why are you cleaning his apartment? You know what I mean?
Right. Grown man, by the way.
Delightful biscuit.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't notice if we help ourselves. Oh, long. I'll bring some nice coffee to go with the biscuit.
It looks great.
It does. Ever since they swapped to their own engine, like the RE engine, just makes everything pop so much better.
Hello, I need to say.
Housekeeping. Guten Tag. Of course, there's no one there. Why would there be anyone there?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Surprise!
It's the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. Like, this was like expected for a while, but to actually see it, I think,
Yeah.
is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I wonder how many, because they put the initials on there, I wonder how many people thought that was Resident Evil 5 remake at first.
Some people did.
Yeah. But this was like, we've been talking about this for over a year about it being rumored to be
Yeah.
the next remake. So I'm glad to know that it is an actual thing, and they confirmed it. It is coming next year. I don't know if they said that at the end, but I know it's coming out 2027. There, you know, man, I don't know how big the team is that was working on Resident Evil, but the fact that they are hitting this cadence of hitting a game just about every year is insane.
Yeah.
Going from remake to new entry. Now, I think they said they were going to stop after 9, so I'm wondering what they're going to... There was one, and there was rumors saying, oh, they might go just a whole different route again. Who knows? But we're getting a remake. I'm interested to see after Veronica comes out what their plans are, if they plan to maybe do a Resident Evil 10. I know 9 has done killer numbers, so I think it would be against their best interest if they chose not to continue doing new entries, but they have to make the story compelling and worthwhile. They can't just do a paint by numbers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they've learned that. I think they've, ever since Resident Evil 6 and some of their other blunders like Umbrella Corps and all that kind of stuff, they want Resident Evil to matter again. I know they had, the
Yeah.
only hiccup they've had in the last, since I'll count RE2 remake, because, you know, like, I know 7
Yeah.
and RE2 remake came out around the same time, or like within the same time frame. Ever since then, there are only one real hiccup that like has been critically like underwhelming was Resident Evil 3 remake. But since
Yes.
then, but other than that, all the other ones have hit out of the park. So I think they want Resident Evil to matter more. So I know they won't do the paint by numbers. But for right now, the Veronica, like I know back in the day on GameCube, like Veronica, like it was one of those you loved it or hated it type of thing. Like the people who enjoyed it, but a lot of the other people just was like, this is not Resident Evil to me. This is just a weird side story that I don't care for. But if they can make you care about a side story, then again, you know what I mean? Like they're just going to keep firing on all cylinders. And at this point, Resident Evil can't do any wrong.
Yeah. And I think this is something that people have wanted, and now they're going to get it. So, you know, good on them. I do want to play 9.
And they did come out and confirm that you will be able to play this third person. I know the sequel trilogy, if you will, 7, 8, 9 have all been first person, but since this is a remake, it's going to continue the trend of being all third person.
Okay, that's awesome.
They just didn't want to spoil the reveal. They wanted to build up suspense for the trailer.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Well, next up is a game that I've wanted for a very, very long time.
Since they unveiled it, and this is also why I let you go first. Let you pick your games first, because I know you were chomping at the bit that you wanted to show off this trailer.
So let's check out The Wolf Among Us 2.
Homicide. 6 total so far. Each case,
Hold on.
husband and wife found.
Hold on. Hold on. You just.
People are dying.
Yep.
Some
People
monster
killing,
is
people
out there.
dying. Da, 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 da. Okay,
all
we're
the
gonna start
precinct is.
this over, okay, y'all? It was way bigger than I thought it was. Okay, here we go.
Homicide. 6 total so far. Each case,
6.
husband and wife found. Shredded.
Wolf.
Sounds like could be a wolf.
People are dying. Some monster
big and bad?
is out there. Word around the precinct is you're the guy to call.
We got some Wizard of Oz characters in there.
I'll have your job within the week.
Are you living under a rock?
You're a raging dumpster fire of a person.
You're the reason I'm here.
She's a detective.
Derek, can I get that jacket?
Should.
10 man. Oh dang.
Ready to get to work?
Next year, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. Dude, I was so excited for this. And of course, it will be mature because the last one was mature.
yeah.
And we're getting a remaster, I think.
Yeah,
of,
remaster of the first one.
Yeah, so if you didn't play the first one, definitely should check it out. If you like, like this was like Telltale when they were in their bag type.
Oh
deal.
yeah, before they just did a paint by numbers licensed property. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So and they were, whether it was their decision or they were held at gunpoint saying we need you to pump out more of these, and then they just it was sort of like Platinum Games back in the day during PS4 and Xbox One era. They were just pumping out games just to put games out instead of making quality experiences. But this was the better of it. I know, Telltale's had their ups and downs, and when they came back several years ago, they were like, hey, we loved Wolf Among Us, we're doing a second one, and everyone lost their minds, and then it went away. I know we had COVID mixed in with all of this, but I'm glad to see that they still wanted it to matter. They still wanted us to, remind us that, hey, we have not forgotten about this. We're not just going to shove this off to the side. We know you care about this. We're going to make you care about this again. And, I would assume we didn't get like a Q1, Q2. It's a 2027. I would assume within the next 6 to 12 months, we'll probably, 6 months. 6 months to 8 months. We'll probably get the remaster first. Like either it'll be late this fall or early next year. And then like mid to late next year, we'll get Wolf Among Us 2. And there's a few there. They did release a few more deets the last couple of days. They did say that it will be an 8 to 12 hour experience, for the story, because I think it was like the producer, the director said that they will drop that they're considering dropping it all at once because of, and his quote was, we live in a Netflix era where everyone wants, even though Netflix still does some of their shows weekly, mainly like their anime stuff, but I digress. Netflix tends to drop everything all at once, the day it comes out. So he's taking that same approach. And I think people are pretty much done. Like I know, Don't Nod and them, like, what's the other one that does it? It's Don't Nod and who else? Like, because they did
Deck 9
Before the Storm. Thank you. Deck 9 still do kind of the episodic thing, but I think that's run its course. They're done with that kind of stuff. So I think that's also another reason why they're deciding to do all this at once, because it's like we don't want to go back to that archaic way of making people wait every couple of months or like that, or like, you know, Life is Strange 2. I remember like it was like 6 months between each episode.
Yeah, and it's so hard to like keep the people that want to play it, and that's kind of like petered out.
Remember what happened the previous episode.
Yeah. And like, even if you have because Walking Dead did do it's like last time on The Walking Dead, like it give you something, but it's like that tension is not there. And it's something that you definitely need to have in there. So we do have a new guest with us, Derek. We have Bo over at Bo Knows Gaming. If I can get him in here, let's see. How do I do that? There we go. There he is.
There he is.
I'm not getting any audio from you. Not getting any audio, Bo.
Uh-oh. Who knows gaming? Bo knows gaming.
There we go. I can hear him scratching his beard now.
You can hear it now. Yeah, I see.
There we go.
You had muted.
I think I didn't push publish, so there you go.
All right.
So, Bo, are you an Among Us fan? I mean, Wolf Among Us fan?
Those are very different.
Very different games. Very different games, for sure.
Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, it's I remember playing The Wolf Among Us way back when it first released on iOS.
Wow.
'Cause it was originally an iOS game, I believe.
Huh.
When it first came out, it was a mobile game that they ported to consoles, I think. Maybe I'm pretty sure.
I remember as a Xbox 360 game, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first part of it was free on mobile, and I played it there.
There you go.
And it was pretty cool. I liked the art style a lot, and it was just a different way of telling a story. And so yeah, it was cool.
So, are you going to play the remake or get episode 2?
I probably won't do either of those things.
Fair.
You know.
There's so many games. Have you seen the list of games coming out this year?
We already talked about September's crazy release.
September is insane. The whole year is insane.
Yeah, it's going to be good though. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know.
I'm excited. I'm a little bit nerdy on it. Amy says, "Hey, Bo.
Hey, how's it going?"
I'm getting a setup over here while we chat. Okay, so out of Blood Message Control, Resonant 1666 Amsterdam, and Resident Evil Veronica, did any of those strike your fancy, Bo?
I liked the first Control. I did finish that one. Creeped me out, but
yeah,
it was good though. And so that one definitely. Are you talking about September games? Are you going month by month? Is that what you're doing?
No. I'm just the games that we've done so far tonight.
Oh, those are the only ones you've gotten through so far.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know.
Oh man. Yeah. Probably Control is probably the one I'm most interested in out of those that you listed.
Okay.
And like I was saying too, it's like the whole Inception-esque level design that they're doing mixed in with like, because they're changing. There's still going to be some gunplay like there was in the first one, but they're going more action-y with this one, which again, you're changing protagonists, so it makes sense. So especially with the level design, like I think you just have to change how the combat works in that game. So
yeah, I did think it was a little strange that they changed protagonists, but
having not finished the first game, like I know the whole thing was to save her brother, so I know you're playing as the brother in this game, so I don't know what exactly happened with Jesse, but
it looks like in the trailer, it looks like she is the like head of the FBC now.
Okay.
She is.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what happens
who
in
else
the
was
first
the
game.
choice considering what she walked into at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, she becomes the head honcho, and I mean, I don't want to spoil it for people, so I guess I should shut up. but basically, you do find your brother at the end, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and he is not the good guy, and then I guess you kind of rescue him out of what's going on. So,
Okay. I'm getting thought processes from that. Okay, cool. I like that. So we'll see how it goes. I wonder if it'll be a dual story convergence. Like, I wonder if there will be times where if they're doing like a red herring and like you will get to play as Jesse in certain levels later on in the game.
well, from the trailer, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like she goes missing, and he's trying to find her. From that trailer, she's in it for just briefly. She's in
right
there, and then something happens, and he's trying to rescue her now. That's what it looked like to me from the trailer.
Whether it was from Game Awards or I think it showed up at like one of the earlier State of Plays as well, they did discuss like the premise of the story when they were talking about like the setup for it. I do think something did happen to Jesse, but I don't know if she went missing. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was in this. I'm pretty sure it was in this recent trailer that was just at. I can't remember what show it was at. Was it at the Xbox show or?
No,
I can't remember what show. It was in one of us.
Proper.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in that trailer. There was a new trailer, and
Gotcha.
She's in it for like 10 seconds, and then they have a line about her missing or something like that.
Huh.
So,
well, she's also Jean Grey, so that's probably why she's not there. So
yeah, could be. Could be.
You know, I'm just saying. All right. We've got one last trailer from Summer Games Fest, this is what they ended on, and it is Final Fantasy Revolution. We got a lot of revolutions, resonance.
Yeah, we did.
We got all the R's in here, y'all. So let's check this one out.
Long story short, the world's in trouble.
So what are we waiting for?
What are we
Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
Uramechi.
As we reunite with our heroes, the meteor looms in the skies above, a constant reminder of your mission and the grave threats you confront as you embark upon your journey and face the epic conclusion of the remake series. Aboard the Highwind, your very own airship and the pride of the Shinra fleet, you'll take to the skies and witness our most expansive open world yet. From the outskirts of Midgard, to the sun-drenched Medial Archipelago, to the warrior nation of Wutai. Simply pick a direction and set sail. But how can you be expected to protect the whole world at once? You'll need to cover ground fast.
I am not jumping. No way, no how.
Just throw him over.
Exactly. Pull the cord and pop. You'll be floating through the air like a feather.
At any moment in the open world, simply pilot the Highwind to your destination and take a leap of faith. With the wind rushing past, you'll descend seamlessly.
I wonder if
from the
it's
sky
like
above
Call
to
of
the
Duty
ground
where
below.
you can choose to open the chute or not and just...
That freedom is in your hands. But no matter your destination,
Well,
to defeat
Tifa's
your enemy,
dead
you'll need
now.
a fighting chance. And that starts with your trusted allies. At long last, with the world teetering on a blade's edge, everyone assembles at Cloud's side, forming an epic ensemble of heroes, each with their own story that brings you closer together than ever. But a good unit needs more than friendship to save the day. It needs a disciplined combat regiment. The hybrid battle system, established in Remake and refined in Rebirth, is perfected in Revelation, putting even more power in your hands.
You gotta be
In
careful with that
fluid,
kind of
real-time action, seamlessly switch between party members to even the odds. Then, when the fight calls for strategy, enter tactical mode to unleash a suite of powerful new spells and abilities. Activate devastating synergies with your companions. And of course, call on mighty summoned entities that can turn the tide of battle.
Like some of LeBron James.
Come on, games.
Oh yeah, Vincent Valentine, the only the only character that I've ever played as in any Final Fantasy.
The result of experimentation at the hands of Shinra, Vincent can transform into the Galleon beast at the press of a button, gaining tremendous power while transformed. And when combined with the skills of a certain ace pilot, their high-impact synergies disrupt the fight with ferocious results.
The Leaping Lancer, the Dashing Dragoon, the one and only Sid Highwind.
The Dragon Dragoon.
Tinker's pilot extraordinaire joins the party,
Bronco Airlines. You know who voices him? Same guy voices Erwin Smith from Attack on Titan.
Really?
Yep.
That's dope.
It is.
But to fully control the battlefield, skill with a weapon only gets you so far. To further augment your combat capabilities, try this on for size.
Looks like we're getting Destiny in here.
Or the
I know, just a little bit.
Allows you to further customize your playstyle with new uniforms imbued with unique movesets. Alongside your equipment and materia, Fits gives you an extra edge in battle. And to face what's coming, you'll need all the strength you can muster.
When they said fit system, I was like, don't take these Fallout acronyms. Don't do it.
The planet itself has unleashed its last line of defense. The weapons. Ancient beasts that are larger than life and capable of untold destruction. Will you be enough to stop them before it's too late?
We just need
the world is torn apart. You and your friends must unite.
A Metal Gear.
In Revelation, we come to
That's
the
all we
thrilling
need.
conclusion of the Final Fantasy VII saga. And your mission is clear. Take up your Buster Sword. Equip
Well,
your
that's
materia.
Konami. That's a whole
and
different
stand
beast
together.
right there.
Where's Eris at? Why isn't she in this game?
Zach, don't you do it. Don't do it. Don't be that guy. Where's the timeout button? Revelation. What's sad is I thought about like when they were like when they first in the beginning of the trailer, and they panned out to the whole party. I'm just like, wonder who's missing. Feel like someone's missing.
Yeah, they totally spoil. They spoil it. They spoil the end of the second one, Rebirth, with that trailer.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like if this was a brand new entry, they could totally do like the MCU fake out where they just like digitize. It's like, see, everyone's here. But people know the story well enough. It's like, you can't fool me.
Everybody's looking for Sora and Riku.
They did change the story from the original some. So.
Oh yeah.
But that last slide on there is so important that it's releasing on all platforms simultaneously.
Yes.
That,
including Switch 2.
Including Switch 2. That's crazy.
Yes.
Because this was a PlayStation. The first one was a PlayStation exclusive for a long time.
Was it the first?
And I mean, the first one is out now on Xbox. So
actually,
that means what was the second one? Rebirth.
Yeah.
Rebirth will probably come out to Xbox within the next year, like before Revelation comes out.
Yeah.
It might already be. Rebirth just came out on Switch too.
Okay. So it might be the summer then. I think that it was coming out, but so that's a big thing because I know they probably learned their lesson. Because now, granted, yes, did it come out during prime COVID? Yes. Was that a downfall? Probably. But again, I think they learned their lesson. It was like, all right, let's not make this console exclusive anymore. Let's just get it out. It's the final one. Let's not make people wait.
Well, also, it's like you see with like Final Fantasy 16 that they didn't get the sales that they wanted. So I think it's like, okay, we were tied down for 1 and 2 or whatever, and now it's like, okay, let's get our bag.
Yeah. They basically, I mean, they haven't cut ties with PlayStation, but they said we're not doing this anymore. They said that several months ago.
Yeah.
So, but just because they said that 6 months ago or whenever it was, doesn't mean that this game's coming out on all platforms simultaneously. And so I was really surprised to see that at the end of that trailer, especially Switch 2, because it's so new and for so long. They didn't have dev kits out there for Switch 2. For a lot of companies, didn't even have dev kits for it for a while. So
correct.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nate, even the Vita? No, Nate, it would melt the Vita. The Vita would not be able to handle this.
Why y'all gotta do that to me? Why y'all gotta hurt me? Why y'all gotta hurt me so?
But you know, who was it? Nate also pointed out that Sephiroth's voice actor is changing. It was Tyler Hoechlin, the guy who was Superman in the Superman and Lois TV show for the last 2 games, but something came up, he couldn't contractually do it. So Travis Willingham now is the voice of Sephiroth.
Okay.
So
they just found a different Travis.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, can we replace him? Yeah, we got another Travis over here. It'll be all right. It'll work out.
It's the only requirement to play Sephiroth. You just gotta be named Travis.
So as we wrap up Summer Games Fest, everybody's watched it, right?
Yeah,
or at least the trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not get to see the whole thing. I just saw the highlights from it afterwards, but
yeah,
because I was on vacation, I didn't get to see it. But that game right there is probably the one that I am actually most excited for.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not foo-fooing you or anything. It makes me want to play the others. I will say that.
Yes.
It actually is making me want to play the others, which is not a normal for me.
An easy trick.
None of them are exactly the same. So when you play through them, those 3, it's not like playing the same game 3 times. Like sometimes sequels are like that, you know.
Yeah.
The first one is very linear and it's not open world, and it you don't get a lot of options as to which direction you're going in. The second one is open world, and then this one adds in that ship that you can traverse around with, and it just looks a lot bigger. And I don't think you'll be able to fall flat on your face. I think that they'll either force the parachute, or more likely is they have them land in some kind of anime pose if you don't open that parachute. That looks super cool.
That's fair.
I'm just saying, if they mess up, they should, crash and burn. Just saying. That's how I would do it. For somebody that did watch all the way through it, and I'd be curious y'all's thoughts as well. This was probably the best Summer Games Fest that we've had. It was paced well. I feel like the only weird thing that actually happened at this was the Tupac thing.
Which, again, as excited as I am for Stranger from Heaven, that was one of those things where it was sort of like the First Light villain, like from 007 First Light. It was like that reveal. I'm just like, why are y'all doing this? Like,
talking about Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess up his name again. I didn't
Randy Kravitz.
Again. Yeah. So
he's getting DLC.
Like, came in,
he is getting DLC.
Lenny Kravitz he's getting he's in the DLC. Yeah.
But
I'm playing First Light right now. I really like it.
Yeah, I keep hearing people keep talking about it so positively. I'm just like, if I didn't start so many other games, I would definitely want to try it out. But I got to finish something first.
It's just not what you expect. Like it's like you're 2 hours in the first time you shoot a gun, and then it's like 2 hours after that the next time you shoot it. So it's not what people expected.
Yeah.
But it is very good, and it's a good story. It's got me hooked.
Are you
right
a Bond fan?
I mean, I'm not the biggest Bond fan, but I've seen most of them.
Okay.
I really liked the Daniel Craig run of Bond films. And I think this reminds me somewhat of that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Okay. I love it.
But,
now, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah. I was just going to say, yeah, I can, going back to Summer Game Fest, I do concur with both of you guys. Like, I think this is one of the best Summer Game Fests that they've done. I think Keeley's really locking down this format because, I mean, he's had Game Awards down. I mean, yes, there's still some years where it's okay and there's some things that could be changed, but he's pretty much got down the base level formula he wants for Game Awards. So, but, you know, this is only probably fourth year doing Summer Game Fest, so I think he's finally figuring it out how he wants it to pace, the games he wants to be shown there. So
I think it's his 6th one. I think he did one in 2020.
Has it been that much?
He threw it together last second.
Okay, I didn't know if it was during COVID or not. I thought it was like after, like a year or two after COVID had started. I don't know.
If he didn't, for sure he did it in 2021. So this would be the 5th one, and the 2021 was not great. I was like, oh, we really need E3 back. And the next one, the second one, whichever year it was terrible. It was just awful.
Yeah.
He had nothing to show, and they stretched that sucker out for 2 hours or whatever.
I think
this is the first year. Sorry, I'll shut up after this. This is the first year at seeing all these showcases that I felt like we finally recovered from COVID.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
All of these shows were so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
In some aspects.
1000%. I would say that I feel like this is paced better than his Game Awards.
That's also
shorter.
True.
Yeah, it's shorter. You don't have all of the fluff. You did have a Muppet. You didn't have a band. You didn't have all of this pomp and circumstance, which I know is like his, it is.
Where is Imagine Dragons?
Oh my God, Derek. Stop it. Stop it.
Listen, he called up Imagine Dragons. He said, half cash, half stock. And they said, sorry.
Half cash, half
Check
stock.
the website.
we have it as a soundboard.
Half cash, half stock.
So we got that on lock over here. So next,
the Game Awards doesn't make any sense though, because it's 4 hours. It's like 4 hours, and about 10 minutes of that is awards for the Game Awards.
Well, and like a lot of them are done before, or they're sped through, or off to the side,
Yeah,
and it's like
through most of them.
It's like, okay, we're going to show trailers, and it's like, yeah, that I love the trailers, but Greg Miller always says it's like, if you really want the rewards, watch DICE, which you won't. So
It's a fair point.
It's like, all right, you got me there. Let's talk about Nintendo Direct. My God, this thing was like shoving spikes through your eyes.
Oh man.
We have saved y'all. Okay.
Yes, we have just done the last couple. There's one from the middle, and then the last couple announcements, which were the highlights, obviously. And my God, I just got to say this. And I know, and I'm full disclosure. I understand. Not everything is for everybody. A lot of these games that they showed did not speak to us, and that is okay. There are some people, like I saw somewhere on a blog post today, that's saying like they thought the Nintendo Direct was an 8 out of 10 for them. And you know what? If a lot of that stuff spoke to them, cool. Like, that's your thing. Do you? I'm glad that you found a lot of stuff that spoke to you. However,
did you do a wellness check on them?
I should have. I thought Nintendo was holding the family hostage, and I needed to save them. But there can still be good games, but a bad structure to your Direct, and this was one of those instances. And a lot of this could have been in a blog post. Like, a lot of stuff could have been an email. Like, it felt like it was a third party showcase with the partnerships with some. I think. Now, I don't remember the state of play, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo had the fewest exclusives shown at their own thing. I'm not talking about updates. I'm not talking about expansions. I'm just talking about, like, boom, new game, or like a game that they already talked about that they're saying, hey, here's an update on a game on our next big thing coming out for X game. You know what I mean? It felt like, the Xenoblade trilogy getting Switch 2 updates was great, and that led into the next Xenoblade game. Splatoon Raiders looked good.
I will say that Xenoblade game actually got me pretty. I'm like, maybe.
I will. Yeah,
maybe?
you're right.
Maybe.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, but like there were some nuggets in there. You know what I mean? Like but a lot of it was like updates and expansions, and then and it was like there was a weird Devil May Cry port during that when it could have been like in that little reel of like other games coming to Switch 2, you know what I mean, in the coming months or whatever. They took time to show a Devil May Cry 5 port that's like at this point a 10-year-old game. Like or almost a 10-year-old game. I don't get that. And like showing Dragon's Dogma 2 with the DLC. Cool. Like again, I felt like this could have been a lot of a blog post and a lot of this just could have been like just saved us a lot of time. And I felt like up until the end, I felt like the end was Nintendo's justification for having a Direct, because if they didn't have these last couple games, they would have been like, guys, we got nothing. We'll see you later when we do have something to show. But I don't know. I felt like it was almost like Nintendo was pressured to be part of Summer Game Fest, because Sony and Xbox had already stated that they were doing this, and Nintendo, because we didn't find out they were doing this until the day before. Like there were rumors. And then they confirmed the date, which I know. I was going to say, Bo, like they normally do this. This is their MO, but it just feels like this is one of those instances where you just kind of buck the trend, like during a big event like Summer Game Fest, where all eyes are on gaming right now, and you do it a week before to get people hyped. But I digress. There was some stuff at the end, and like the first one, I know Zach, you brought up that we're going to look into is surprisingly we ended Summer Game Fest with a Final Fantasy game, and we're going to start our Nintendo highlights with another Final Fantasy game.
Before we do
I want to push back.
Okay.
Because I could not disagree with you guys more. I thought the Nintendo Direct was fantastic. They needed this Direct so bad.
Bo's connection is.
We can't hear him for whatever reason.
And I don't know how many exclusives the PlayStation State of Play had. It didn't even have that many games though, right? It wasn't that many games on the list.
When you get 20 minutes of God of War Laufey, you know what I mean, out of nowhere, I'm just saying.
Exactly,
I'm just saying.
And I'll also say, not every game they had in the Direct is for me either. Like there's a lot of these that I don't care anything about. But as far as exclusives go, yes, they had Ocarina of Time, which is a remake. So I don't know if you want to count that as new. It sort of is. It's sort of not.
But it's still a beloved game. You know what I mean? Like I would count it as such.
Yeah. So they had that. They had Sports Resort, which again, it's like, I don't know. I like Wii Sports has a fond place in my heart.
Right.
I don't know if I need
that
this
title
game.
has run its course, though, to be fair. But I digress. Like it's still like up with you. It still holds a place in my heart.
But then they had Xenoblade Genesis, Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave, Star Fox, Splatoon Raiders, Orbitals, Dusk Bloods.
But with
That's
Orbitals
6 right there.
With Orbitals and Dusk Bloods, they didn't really show anything new. Like Dusk Bloods was literally like shots
Orbitals
that they like.
did.
It was kind of the same. It was kind of the same thing, which I'm super stoked for Orbitals, and I love that.
Awesome.
And I love that they're doing it where it's like you could have it on Switch 2, and like someone, like if you do like a friend code, they can play on the first Switch, which I didn't think was going to be possible.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So there's 8 exclusive games that they have that were in this showcase, and then you got some things that I thought were huge for them, which was like Stellar Blade. That looked like it was running really well on Switch 2. I think that was a huge get.
I was surprised at that.
Yeah,
you had like Space Marine 2. That's a pretty new game. What else was in there? Lies of P. That's a little bit older. But the biggest one to me was Kingdom Hearts 3. they're the ones that got to announce and show off the gameplay for Kingdom Hearts, not 3, sorry, 4. Kingdom Hearts 4. And I thought that was crazy that they're the ones that got to show that off. So
yeah, we'll get into that once we see the trailer. But I'm in agreement with you. I was just like, excuse me, like even Tim Geddes over at Kind of Funny, he was like at a Nintendo Direct. So
yeah. Oh, Onimusha, that new Onimusha game is coming to Switch too. Also,
I think the thing that both Derek and I are like, oh, these are already games that have come out, and we're just getting confirmation that they're coming to the console, which I love that the Switch is finally able to get games that are on that caliber. But it wasn't like, oh, new game, which Xbox is the one that like crushed everybody when you really get down to it.
Xbox is the one that crushed everybody for sure. Muramasa.
Yep, I do remember that.
It's a 2D side scroller. It's like a ninja anime.
Oh, that one looked cool.
Side scroller. That is a sequel to a Wii game that is phenomenal.
Oh wow. I didn't realize it's been that long.
It's been like 15 years since that game came out or something like that. And when I saw this game, I freaked out because I never thought we'd see a sequel to that game. But it looks amazing, and I can't wait to play it.
And to play devil's advocate, like, yes, like, to Zach's point about the third-party support, you know, again, like, yes, it's games that we've already seen that are already out in the ecosystem that are coming, but to play devil's advocate for just a minute, it's like it is reconfirming to Nintendo fans that, hey, because I think people are still burned. Like, yeah, everyone wants to bash Wii U, but we didn't really have that great a third-party support either. Like, they had some big titles, but not to a consistent degree. But people still remember the Wii and the Wii U not having that many third-party options to, especially the Wii U. And then with Switch, like, yes, you got more, but they were always delayed ports or whatever, what have you, from what, like, especially if it was games that were like new that got announced. And it's like, oh, it's this brand new game we just showed is coming to Switch, but later. And yes, they kind of are still doing it a little bit with the Switch too, but now it's like with Revelation and with Kingdom Hearts 4 doing like, oh, when it drops for the other consoles, it's dropping for Switch 2 as well. So I think that constant push to remind people is like, hey, we are not forgetting about, like, we want to broaden our library of games to give you a plethora of reasons to keep your Switch 2 and to play on it. So I will say in that defense, I get it. But as just a casual fan, not for me.
And that's what I'm saying, is that they needed this direct to show everyone that they could hang with the big dogs. Yeah. That, like, we can have the newest games too. And I think that this direct really showed that. It's like, we got, Resident Evil Requiem this spring, but it can't just be one game that proves it, and now we've got this list of games that are coming and that are confirmed to be coming to the Switch 2 that are all on current gen hardware. And I think that was really important to see.
Yeah.
So.
1000%.
Well, are y'all ready to watch our first trailer from the Nintendo Direct? And the first one is the one I'm actually the most excited about. And that is Final Fantasy Revolution, another
Resonance
game. But man, oh man, when I saw this, I was like, okay, this is the one game that I'm excited about. And then we did get hit the last two games with something. But here is Final Fantasy Revolution. There we go. My God, is it Resonance?
Yes, Revelation was the last one. Yeah. Was the one we saw in the SGF.
Here we go. Here is Final Fantasy Resonance. That is the wrong trailer.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
All right, let's get the right asset in there. There's Revelation. Where is Resolution? Resonance.
Resonance?
Okay. Yeah, that one too. There we go. No, that's Resonance, a Plague Tale. What the crap? All right. Guys, we're going to watch Kingdom Hearts 4 now. How about that? And then we'll come back to this one. All right, Kingdom Hearts 4.
この世界の構造はとても複雑で、私たちが定義する光と闇を具現化したものは存在しなかった。でもそれを定義するものがこの世界に来たことで、この世界にも私たちの定義する闇が現れた。
I do love that they're like in like a real city here instead of like an off world, you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, this is now going into like the real world.
Right. Kind of like how Digimon came to the real world. Surfing wombo combos.
As long as I don't have to go back to the Toy Story world, I'll be fine. I can't take that place.
Yeah, that is huge. Like, there were two big, because I forgot about the I forgot about the Final Fantasy 7 Revelation coming to launch on all consoles, but you know, there were two big wins. And again, like Tim Geddes brought up when they were reacting to the Direct, to see a Kingdom Hearts game that has predominantly always been tethered to PlayStation, you know, at their conferences, show up at Nintendo was a huge get for them. It's almost like I'd like to know what a Blood Oath Nintendo signed to be able to get that, you know, to get that pull, but also that at the end where it's saying coming at launch to Switch 2 is huge. Like that, and along with Final Fantasy, it's like Square Enix is not only doubling down, like is not only backing up their claim, like we don't want to stick to just PlayStation consoles or like tether ourselves to one family of consoles, but also like, hey, we're gonna be there with the other big boys as well, coming to Nintendo, Xbox, day and date. And the gameplay looks pretty solid as well.
It looks so good. It's so smooth.
I'm wondering if this is running on a Switch, because it doesn't say that anywhere on here.
No.
But
I mean, most games at an Xbox or a PlayStation, I mean, well, maybe not like outside of exclusives are running on a PC. You know what I mean?
True.
It just says development footage there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nate says it just made it more Final Fantasy-esque. Kingdom Hearts is supposed to be in Disney worlds, which I'm sure we're going to get that.
Yeah. But they're just showing like, hey, we're kind of taking the next step, because I know the end of Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts 3 was the end of the first chapter in their saga. So they are only getting started. So I want to know what, and also it's like they have to expand a little bit and go out for different paths. And I'm sure whatever story, because I haven't played any of the Kingdom Hearts games, so I'm not sure how the story goes. But however it ended at 3, I'm sure they'll give a reason as to why you're in the real world in 4.
I don't know if anyone knows how the story goes, Derek.
Probably not, honestly, let's be fair.
They're so weird.
Yeah,
but they're good games.
Dream drop distance and 35, half 54 cubed
over 2 days.
Over 2 days. And they always look beautiful. They always play really well. The first one's camera is Bobo is all get out these days, but you know,
that's offensive.
It's truth. It's truth.
Don't use my name as a slur like that.
Your name is Truth.
I'm just excited that, Kingdom Hearts fans get another game to play so they can be let down one more time by Donald Sealing. I know that's the running joke. I'm sure they fixed it in the later games, but I know that was like in the beginning, that was a horrible trope. It was like, Donald heal. What? You want defense? Okay.
Now, as much as Kingdom Hearts looked great, Final Fantasy, whatever this one's called, is so flipping cool, y'all, and is
Resonant.
that one too, the Resonant.
Resonant.
Yeah, Revolution.
As we know, Zach's pronunciation is his weak point.
Yep, that and Gravity. So let's check out this one because it looks beautiful.
The first Final Fantasy in HD 2D. Final Fantasy returns to its roots with cinematic pixel art in a classic tale of crystals with a new twist.
The lighting, Zach.
I'm all about this, y'all.
We know.
Final Fantasy Resonance. A mysterious warrior driven by revenge and shrouded in darkness seeks to shatter the 8 crystals that sustain this
Well,
world.
we can't have that.
As a knight of the realm, you set out on a journey to protect the crystals. Encounter allies bound by a shared fate. Explore fantastic
Like, look at how
lands.
good that looks.
So good.
And overcome countless perils along the way.
But she Maria?
Uncover the secrets of the past as you discover the truth of this world. Summon new strength from outside and within. Final
Summon
Fantasy
Donald Duck.
Resonance. Coming October 22nd, 2026.
See? Someone put it in October.
That's...
Heroes resonate across worlds.
See, this was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Now, if they could bring Sora in, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was the other thing about this direct that was so good, is that I think, except for maybe 2 trailers, every trailer had a release date on it.
True.
Yeah.
They all had release date. It was one after another after another.
Release windows, so.
A couple of them said like 2027.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all the ones coming out this year, I think they all had release dates, and
Except for one.
That doesn't usually happen. That hasn't really happened the last 6 years.
No.
We've gotten a lot of release windows or no
Coming
date
soon.
at all. Just it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, this one makes me happy, y'all. This is scratching my Sea of Stars itch.
Well, and it's almost like Square Enix took it personally when they saw Octopath come out all over all these years, and it's like, Octopath, who did you take inspiration from? Us. Guess what we're gonna do? Make a better version of your game, or try to make. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it
Did
is
they make
better.
Octopath?
But they're gonna try.
Square Enix made Octopath. Octopath
Okay,
is Square
fair
Enix
enough. But
game.
it wasn't. Was it Square Enix proper? Or did Square Enix just help publish it? I don't know. I'm just legit. I'm legitimately asking.
I don't know. But here's what I do
So-
know: Square Enix showed up for this direct too. They
did
brought so many things, and so did Capcom, which was just cool to see. But,
For sure. So.
Well, one last one. Go ahead, Bo.
I've played the first. I've played some of the first Final Fantasy. I can't get through it though, because it was like an NES title. Like it's just so outdated. It's just really hard to get through for me. And so I'm kind of excited about this remake, and it looks gorgeous. So
Joe says Kingdom Hearts 4 2032. I'm like, probably.
We got the Construct VR in the chat. Capcom is cooking everywhere. Yeah. Capcom is absolutely crushing. I'm proud of them for what they've been able to go from Crapcom to actually being a goat, so very, very happy with that. Last but not least, out of the Nintendo Direct is the Ocarina of Time remake. So let's check it out.
Long ago, there was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity. At the very edge of this kingdom, there lay a small forest. Within it,
music's so great.
Ancient solitary tree,
The way they trickle that in there.
Yeah. Just so good.
These forests
brings so much nostalgia.
Called the Kokiri.
Kokiri.
Each had a fairy companion, and they lived out their innocent lives in these woods.
I thought he had like the one that's like,
however, there was one.
Hey, listen,
boy.
He did.
Navi.
Yeah.
Who did not have a fairy.
But this is true. He didn't have a fairy, and at the beginning of the game, he finally gets one. That's what starts the adventure. And he's asleep like this, and she shows up. Wakes him up.
I like how the thing of the trifle's closed, but then it stays on that one piece that he actually has in the left corner or right corner.
And it's gold, y'all.
I love gold.
It's a very cinematic, very dramatic trailer.
Yeah.
Very teaser.
It
I'm not even
is.
going to call it a trailer. It's a teaser.
Yeah, it's definitely a teaser.
Yeah. Well,
And I am
so
disappointed as I just was bragging on all the release dates, and that one doesn't have one, and it's coming out this year. And I'm like,
I
is
didn't
it?
want to
Because
spoil it
you
because
couldn't
that's
show
why
us.
I kind of teased. I'm like, except one.
Yeah, you couldn't show us like 10 seconds of gameplay or like him
Right,
riding on Epona across Hyrule Field or something.
Nah.
And I was with Greg Miller when he crashed out about this. You know, like he was like, so show it. Like this is what you ended with. Show gameplay. And then when they showed the year, like it was releasing this year, he was like, then why not show it? Like he was losing his mind. And I was in agreement with it. It's like if you're gonna put it this year, that if you're gonna put a current year date, show gameplay. And I know there was a treehouse. I don't know what was shown. I didn't stick around to watch it, but
I don't think they showed this. They
So-
I have no doubt that they will probably give this its own direct that will be 45 minutes long, and it probably is coming out in November as their holiday release. But
I was just going to say it's either going to be a December release to get out of the way of GTA, or it could be bold like and join Godzilla and go up against GTA and come out in November.
I don't think they care anything about GTA. I don't
True,
think GTA scares them at all.
No, because the fans that love Zelda are going to play Zelda. You know what I mean? And not saying that they can't love both, but fans who love GTA don't like Zelda and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, both of those games are going to have really long legs, right? They're going to sell for years to come. So
Correct.
If it's a week apart or a month apart, it's not really going to matter that much, I don't think.
Yeah.
They're both going to be huge holiday sellers.
Correct. And I'm not, again, they usually have another direct before the end of the year. One glaring omission that, and I'm not saying it's not a huge revelation thing, it's just because of how long they supported the previous one on Switch 1. It's kind of, the game's been out for about a year, and there's been no DLC for Mario Kart World. Like, as much as they supported Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, the fact that they haven't done any kind of like current updates for World is kind of a glaring omission, because it's like, now maybe it didn't sell well because I didn't hear any latest sales numbers on World, but what are y'all not giving that the same love? Like, and why? Because again, if you're worried about people like,
they, for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe updates, they packaged that with their Nintendo Switch Online, and I think they're just probably giving World some room to breathe, because you can drive anywhere in the whole world.
True. That is true.
And so I think to add tracks to it, you almost have to expand the map. It's not just like building a track and dropping it in. There has to be a place for it to fit, because you can drive from course to course across the world. So it might be a little more complicated, but I'm sure that there will absolutely be DLC. But again, they're not. I don't know how many they sold either, but however many Switch 2s they sold, it's probably about that many Mario Karts, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, because I forgot that they had a bundle with World too. That's my fault. So
yeah.
And that was the way to go because you saved $30 doing that.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see, next year we'll get some sort of DLC from Mario Kart World. Now, we're about to jump into Xbox. I will say this Nintendo Direct was better than any EA showcase or any Ubisoft showcase that we've had, especially with Aisha Tyler, So let's jump over to one of our stories tonight. We're talking about Ubisoft and hold on.
Uh-oh.
I gotta make one with Bo in here. So
do you want me to read it while you're doing that?
Yes, let me report. Ubisoft announces more studio closures and layoffs amid new organizational restructuring, and this is by Marcus Stewart over at Game Informer.
So Ubisoft has announced a new wave of organizational restructurings, resulting in the closures of 2 studios and hundreds of layoffs. As reported by Insider Gaming, the publisher sent an internal message to staff stating how it has been evolving to, quote, simply how it operates, reduce its cost base, and strengthen the company for the long term. To that end, it has shuttered its studios in Winnipeg and Belgrade, or Belgrade, however you pronounce it, I'm sorry. Ubisoft Winnipeg opened its doors in January of 2019 and served as a support studio for titles such as Rainbow Six Mobile, Far Cry 6, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Winnipeg's closure has reportedly impacted 65 employees. Ubisoft Belgrade has existed since 2016 and worked on several titles, including the recently revealed Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Roughly 100 employees are reportedly impacted. Additionally, layoffs have been announced at Ubisoft Barcelona with 51 employees, and Ubisoft San Francisco. The exact same number of impacted employees is unknown, but was described by Insider Gaming as being dozens. The publisher also announced plans to restructure the Barcelona studio to focus on Rainbow Six projects. In total, Ubisoft's internal message states that up to 380 employees may be affected, according to the message obtained by Insider Gaming. Today's news is the latest development in a company-wide restructuring that has persisted since 2024. It follows the formation of subsidiary Vantage Studios to manage the Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six franchises, and an organizational, quote, reset announced in January that led to several game cancellations, including the long-awaited remake of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. In the past 2 years, Ubisoft has shuttered studios in Leamington and Halifax, and disbanded the internal team responsible for the well-received Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown due to underwhelming sales. Ubisoft also proposed layoffs at studios such as the Division developer Massive Entertainment and Trials developer Red Lynx. Ghost Recon developer Red Storm Entertainment lost 100 employees in March, and, while still in operation, has ceased active game development. Man, like I was telling Zach before the show, or earlier today, we haven't bashed on Ubisoft in a while, and my God, like another 400 employees reportedly impacted by all of this. And I get, maybe in some, and I'm not defending it, I'm not saying it's right. I know it happens at studios that are trying to sell, right? They are trying to downsize, restructure, like clean, make themselves slim, and presentable to be, when they're trying to get a wedding ring on their finger, trying to do as much as possible to be, have as many suitors as they can. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I get it in the aspect is like maybe they're trying to sell and the Guillemot family is trying to get out of this. I can just say, you know what, we've ruined this company enough. I don't think that part, but they are definitely trying to get someone else to help fund so they don't have to keep doing this maybe, but I don't like it. Zach, what is your take? Because I know you have thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, this is after we saw them like create different houses for the various types of games that
I do remember that, like, because like the main house is going to be for their franchise titles: Rainbow Six, Far Cry, and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, and then we've got like stuff that's like kind of, we have like the shooters and all of that, and it's like, okay, we saw that happen. We also saw a lot of change in the leadership at Ubisoft, which I think has been desperately needed. And now, okay, it's like we're seeing one of the studios that helped work on Resync, which Resync I think is going to absolutely crush. It looks great. The new stuff that they've added to it, all of that is, I think, is going to be a hit for Ubisoft, because when you remake the best Assassin's Creed game, it's kind of hard to mess up. You know what I mean? I just feel like Ubisoft doesn't know. They got too big for the britches and got too many studios, and now they're having to figure things out, and they keep laying off people, and it is annoying. And I'm glad they didn't have a Ubisoft, whatever they call those things.
Yeah, because they, as we'll get to with another company, that would any goodwill they would have created would have been gone out the door with this. But it is strange, because when I saw this article, it kind of clicked that I'm like, they didn't show. Now, granted, in the years past, they've kind of done like a July, kind of. They've never been officially ever part of Summer Game Fest, but then like this would be the year to do it and to gain all that goodwill. And I'm like, they're strangely absent. I'm like, wonder why. And then this comes out, and I'm like, that's why, because everyone would have just booed them off stage.
What do they have to show? I mean, what would they even have to show?
That's also a good point. That's a good point, because it's like
the only thing
they would have
is
probably shown a bunch of garbage.
Is Black Flag. That's the only thing they have right now to actually show.
I mean, they announced today that they're doing one last Assassin's Creed Shadows update, so they have nothing like expansion-wise to show that. I mean, Hexy maybe whatever kind of Animus project that they have. It would have been just a bunch of the Assassin's Creed showcase, essentially, because
Hexy like went over like a ton of like changes in the last 2 months, I want to say, because of the game director left, and then all of this new people came in, and they, like I said earlier, they took out the magic part of Hexy. But Bo, what do you think about these layoffs? Does it surprise you?
No, they reported, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago that they had a record loss of like 1.3 billion euros.
Yeah.
Woof.
I mean, what else can they do? They can try to slow the bleed or completely shut down, because nobody's going to buy them.
No.
Nobody's going to buy them.
Unless they sell super cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know. Savvy might. They're always wanting to buy somebody. they always want to buy somebody.
The reputation is just so bad that I don't know who would want them. Like maybe buy their IPs, but start a whole new company. Maybe they could do that, but I don't see anybody buying Ubisoft and keeping the Ubisoft name.
I think it was Square Enix that sold off their Western studio, like the ones that did like Deus
Crystal
Ex,
Dynamics
Tomb Raider. They sold that part, but kept like their proper stuff, like their JRPGs and other stuff. So Ubisoft could do that. I mean, maybe down the road, but that is a valid point, Bo. Is like I think that they will sell off their IPs rather than their company, because like I forgot that they had a record loss of 1.3 billion euros. So if you keep losing that kind of exorbitant amount of money, like you said, no one is going to buy you, no matter how attractive you make your offer look. So I mean, I think you'd have to bundle some IPs, because I think now Assassin's Creed could be sold by itself, but you're not going to sell just no one's going to sell just Far Cry. Like if you sell Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and Rainbow Six, like their major 3 that they're wanting to focus on and be the face of their company, like that would like someone would buy that trio for sure. But if you sell like, oh, we're going to just sell you Rayman, unless you're like an indie studio, you're not going to want that.
Rayman is the only Ubisoft game that we saw at Summer Games
Yeah.
Fest and all of that. Rayman Legends
That's true.
Retold.
They didn't even show Black Flag anywhere, did they?
Yeah, no.
No, they didn't.
I don't think it needs to be shown at this point. I don't want to see anything else.
I don't either. Have y'all
You know?
seen? They do have one game that's in early access. You can buy it on Steam. It's called Morbid Metal. Have you guys seen that game?
Oh, that
Morbid
game
Metal?
sounds familiar. I just can't picture it. I know.
It's kind of like
Zach's looking it up.
Bayonetta or Devil May Cry sort of kind of fast-paced action game. It looks kind of cool, but I mean, it's a new IP. I don't know that
Yeah.
anybody's going to trust them enough to buy a new IP right now.
Yeah, probably not.
No,
their
I
last
don't
It's
couple
think
only
of
so.
like $18 or something on Steam right now if you wanted to get an early
Wow.
access and try it out. But
That's not bad.
it probably, I'm assuming, I don't know, I haven't looked into it that deep, but I'm assuming that it's going to have some kind of live service component to it, like most of their games
Long
do
story
now.
short,
True.
world's in trouble.
Yeah.
So what are we waiting for?
Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up so everybody can see it.
World's in trouble. You're a Mishi.
You're a
As we reunite with our heroes,
All
the
right.
meteor looms.
It's not going to look great, but here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh.
Is that freaking Kylo Ren?
Kind of looks like
Can y'all hear this at all?
no, I can't hear it. It
Okay.
kind of looks like that's fine though. What's that? Warframe. It kind of looks like Warframe.
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
too. It's not playing though. There it goes.
Yeah.
But you're sort of like a space ninja. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. That one that they keep showing in the hood reminds me of a Destiny character model.
yeah, a little bit like that too. Yeah. It's pulling from a lot of different things, I think. But it
Sure.
looks, maybe it has some potential.
Yeah. But it's also hard to sell like new IP, especially when you're a struggling
Yeah.
company.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Looks pretty
other than
cool.
that,
Like hack and slash.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a 8 to 12 hour experience.
And that's what I don't know is because I don't know. To me, maybe it's a single player thing, but I guess you don't see any multiplayer in it really. But it looks like
Maybe it's
it could be very easily be a squad based live service
Destiny.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know. Maybe. I guess we'll wait and see. But how much is it? You're looking at the store there.
$17.
Yeah, so I
single
thought it
player.
was 18.
Yeah,
Oh, it is single
$17.99.
player. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Single player. Okay.
So this is early access. That's
Yeah, it's early
part
access.
of it. Okay. Looks
But
pretty
for
cool.
early access, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. I'd try it out.
Yeah.
So they have that and Raymond and Black Flag, and that's all I know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how much they believe in this because they didn't even show it at any
No,
of these shows.
I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I
I
hadn't even heard of it.
accidentally happened upon it.
Let's see. Screen Juice is the developer. I'll look more into that later, everybody, because we've got more to watch. We're almost 2 hours into this bad boy, so buckle up. We're going to be pushing through Xbox. Okay, so first up is a little game. I took executive control of the show, and I was like, we have to watch this trailer because this is
That's
a
fair.
Zach game. It looks beautiful. It's called Vivarium, and let's check out this trailer.
No sound. Oh, there it is.
Some years have a color to them.
I'm so excited for this.
A haze that seems to fill the whole world.
It's
giving me like Ghibli, and then it's like drawn that way. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
You discover wonderful new places.
I love the bolt cutters, you know, we're vandalizing here.
Dear friends you always needed. And
Yeah, that's a very
golden moons
80s
which
cartoon
linger on the
vibe.
warm breeze.
Sure.
Yeah.
80s Japanese cartoon vibe.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's giving me like Lupin the Third, you know,
I was
like
only gonna say that.
As you live your days as dreams.
And this reveal here, I was like, what? It looks gorgeous, y'all. 2027, I'm there. It's going to be on Game Pass. I can't be happier. I can't be happier. Thoughts?
Looks cool. I like the art.
You know, again, like to echo both of y'all's sentiment, like the art style looks very cool. Looks very like, again, old school, like anime-esque type of thing. So I'm looking for, and that, you know, that art style keeps going with the gameplay. So excited to see more like level design and whatnot going forward. But again, we got until 2027 to see more.
Yeah.
How long do you think this game will be?
I think 12
Probably
hours.
8 to 10 hours.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be like super deep. I think the story and the vibes will carry a lot of this. But as long as like some of the gameplay is interesting, I'm here for the vibes. Like it definitely gives me like, you're going to finish the game and you're going to be empty. You know what I mean? You're going to be empty inside. And I'm there for it. I'm there for it. I love those indie games like that. Then Toys for Bob shows up and pops off. Here is the new Spyro the Dragon. One of my first video games on the PlayStation 1. Now coming to the Xbox. Here we go. Let's check it out. In a realm beyond. Yeah.
A new evil arises.
I'm glad that you actually get to fly, because that was like one of the most annoying things about Spyro's, that you never really fly. It's like you glided. That was it. It's like it's supposed to be a dragon dog. And this right here, I'm like, okay, this is what I've been wanting for like 25 years. It's just that.
Yeah.
Spring 2027.
Thoughts?
So I'm glad that because, you know, in the year when they were coming back, I know Vicarious Visions was like the spearhead of like this retro movement, right? With Crash Bandicoot, and they did that trilogy. And then they did the Spyro Reignited trilogy. I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, it could have been Toys for Bob, and then they came out with the next Crash Bandicoot, and then they did the kart remaster, and then they kind of seemed like they forgot about Spyro, and I guess because Vicarious Visions got folded into Call of Duty support, that they were just like, people gave up hope. It's like, all right, they're just never going to do anything Spyro, but then Toys for Bob, huh?
What do you mean? We got all the Skylanders games starring Spyro.
Oh my God!
Those don't count.
No.
Those don't count.
Those don't count.
I'm sorry.
No.
If you have peripherals like that, they don't count. Only Lego Dimensions counts in that realm.
That's true. I was gonna say by that argument, you could say, all right, Disney Infinity or whatever the heck it was that was is part of Kingdom Hearts. So
I do have a question. I have a question for you guys. Is this because they own Activision now? Xbox does. Do you consider this a first party game now? Is this a first party IP?
Here's the thing. This is Toys for Bob, that the publisher or the developer, excuse me, they broke off from Activision.
Yep.
They were just like,
that's true.
We see the writing on the wall. We don't like this. We out. And then everyone's like, okay, what are they going to do? And then boom, this is what. How they acquired this IP and how the logistics work, couldn't tell you. I'm sure there's a blog post that goes into more detail, but go ahead, Zach.
When they left,
do you think they just hired them to make it?
Well, they left. They were actually going to get closed, and they talked to Microsoft, and they allowed them to stay open and buy themselves out. And I remember when that happened was Microsoft was like, we are going to be working with them and everything. So that then they did work on Spyro Reignited. So they have that DNA and everything. And I'm glad to see Toys for Bob making another Spyro game. They're really good at it. And I'm glad that they're out from under anybody else, the way it should be, the way God intended video games to be made.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I'm happy.
And this was one of my favorite announcements of the whole show. And if Xbox does still own the IP, if I were them, I would make this my kid-friendly face of the company personally, and
Their
invest more into Spyro and their Astrobot, their Mario, make it Spyro. If they kept the IP, I don't know.
It's the only thing they have right now, so I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty
they're not
sure
going to do Crash Bandicoot anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's still their IP. I don't think it's going to be like sharing the IP or whatever. Like they're renting it essentially to get to do this.
Yeah.
So. And then we got another game that I was not expecting, and that is another Senua game. And my gosh, let's just watch the trailer, then we can talk about it.
Yeah. Because I first saw this, I'm like, already? No shot.
Well, Senua's like 2 took forever to come out.
Correct.
But what is left in the dark? Seconds. And some binds cannot be broken.
That's interesting. Definitely taking more of like Assassin's Creed, Last of Us sneaking around vibe.
Yeah, it feels more combat heavy.
Yeah.
Because combat has never been this series like thing.
Right.
Digging the music though.
For sure.
Accept what waits for you.
All right. All right.
Just going straight Senua.
Yep. Well,
is that
and next year, 2027. Say what?
The font, the way they have the Senuous, is that new? That N just doesn't look familiar to me at all.
So it is. Really cool. So they did come out afterward because they had some questions like, oh, well,
yes.
Hellblade 2 just came out, and they said, okay, this is going to be it's like its own thing. Like that's why they don't have the Hellblade tagline in this genre. It is going to be a different thing, but in the Senua world. So it's going to be not a spin-off, but it's going to be like a different. That's why you see like the genre change in like gameplay just a little, or like the changes in combat just a little bit. It's going to be more of an action-focused rather than like the psychosis, like, hearing everything around you, puzzle solving type of thing. Now, why they're doing this, couldn't tell you, and I'm sure it's a separate team that's worked on this. That's why, because again, like Zach alluded to, it took Hellblade 2 so long to come out, and it came out last year, and it was like no fanfare. Like, now granted, it was Microsoft's fault because there was hardly any marketing up until like the final couple weeks for it, and then it didn't perform. Shocker. And so now that they're turning around and putting out another Hellblade, Senua type game 2 years after the fact is very interesting. So maybe this is the one that gets people to turn their eyes toward the other two Hellblade games if it doesn't have any ties, because I think they said it may be before the events of Hellblade 1. Don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong on that. But I know it is going to be separate from the Hellblade tagline series.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very different. I think that it was 2 years ago when the Hellblade 2 came out, right?
Yeah,
last year. It was last year.
And was it? I don't think it
was.
was
2024.
Oh, it was 20. I'm sorry. It was Doom: The Dark Ages last May. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think that because that did so poorly, that's probably one reason why they are changing up the gameplay. I would suspect.
They had 194,000 sales on Steam. So I'm not sure
that's not
what
great.
the overall is, but yeah, it's not great. And like it's a very cool game. I love the psychosis and the sounds and all of the stuff that they do in the series. Very artsy. The combat never stood out, and I will echo what I think Blessing said over on Kind of Funny on this. We didn't need a second one. We don't need a third one. Like, the first one was like the way it ended was cool, and it was arty and it was interesting. We don't need more of it. But now that we're getting more of it, okay, I'm glad that they're making a change, and we're going to see where we go from here.
So,
don't you feel like through all these showcases, we saw a lot more fast-paced combat stuff, just in general?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things aren't as slow.
Like hand-to-hand combat, fast-paced hand-to-hand
Yep.
melee combat.
Yep.
I feel like there's been a lot of it. Like almost like it's trending or something right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's like methodical is not the play right now, other than like Kingdom Come 2.
Yeah.
That's a little bit slower just because it's more in depth and everything. But I'm here for it. It's interesting until we get something different.
Yep.
Speaking of Doom. I'm excited for this. Doom: The Dark Ages.
It's the only DLC I included because I know you love this game.
It's so good. Let's check out the new DLC for Doom: The Dark Ages.
Our flock has been led astray by your acts of defiance. Argent and War trembles in the wake of your actions. They follow you now.
Good. They should.
The council has chosen. Beneath this chamber will be your tomb.
Oh.
This place is your pain-given shape. It holds many secrets. Only a cleansed soul may leave.
Okay.
I am not your enemy.
I hate that we're losing the shield.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts.
What a spear.
Okay. All right. Okay. Dang. Let's go.
With the Slayer gone, have Have you not found peace? The demons. They have retreated.
Find peace in Doom? Nope.
Their war is with him.
Okay, so you do get it back. No.
Yeah. It was just introducing a new weapon.
That is so cool to me.
Yep.
Like being able to swing around and all that. Oh, I'm in love. See, this is what summer games should feel like. And the old school Doom level. Ah.
We're going to find him.
Revelations.
Another Revelations. Oh my God.
But this one is right around the corner, Zach. July 7th.
July. Yeah, this I texted you when I was watching this and said, Doom guy looking good with that spear.
Yeah. Yeah, Bo was like going off. I'm over here like editing for Kind of Funny during it, and I'm like trying to keep up with that. And Bo's like, "Oh, this," and I'm like, "It's so cool. I can't." Like, I didn't even have time to really watch myself. But dude, this looks great. I love Doom: The Dark Ages now getting Revelations. I think this is great because what I needed more of was Doom: The Dark Ages, and that's what we're getting here. So
well, and it's
I'm
like
sold.
over a year later, because it came out last May. So now that we're getting DLC, it's fun. It's fun to get it, a year later to make you realize, one, how great a game it was, and then two, it's like to give you a reason to go back to it. So I know July 7th is what Zach will be doing. Yeah.
Nate says, how many more Revelations can John the Beloved write? Yeah. I feel that. I feel like we need to buy a thesaurus for all the game developers to get away from Resonance, Revelations. Like y'all need new words here, please. For the love of God.
There are other R words.
Yeah, like something.
Retribution.
Yeah. Even don't get away from the R words. Let's go somewhere else. Let's do something new here. But yeah, this looks great. I know, Bo, you were pretty into Doom as well last year.
Oh yeah. I like the rebooted Doom. Actually, I like classic Doom as well, but the rebooted stuff has been really cool. So yeah, this looks really great. I like that you can switch so quickly between the spear and the shield. And I do think the spear also has some blocking ricochet abilities and stuff in there too. They were showing off. So that's pretty cool that you just get to do that, but in a different style. I like it.
Yeah.
And the shield was the best part of Dark Ages, I think. Like it was such a cool addition to your arsenal.
Yeah, the ability to like all the different weapons, and I think the pacing is the thing that really stood out to me with like all the weapons and new enemy types and all of that. And then you get to like the Cthulhu levels and you're just like, what's going on? And like it changes things up and everything, and it just makes you really think through and everything. I loved every second of Doom: The Dark Ages. Now, a franchise that Derek has been toiling through, and I know Bo as well has experienced the Metro world. We got a new trailer for Metro 2039, so let's take a look at this. They should have called it Metro Revolution.
In these tunnels. They call him Führer. But that is not your name. Your name is Hunter. As a Spartan, you were a legend. You stood for something. But where are the Spartans now?
Dead.
To protect the Metro from you. You promised a brighter future for our people.
Now, the Norai spreads tyranny in your name. You swore to crush the enemy, to face them head on, and guide the Metro to the light. But darkness consumes you. Spreads like a plague. Eats you from within. Every step and every move.
No, thank you. Night vision, that's cool.
In lies.
That's a big old gorilla.
I know.
Your lies. And now, Hunter, that legendary Spartan is gone. Turn to ash. I won't stop until the Führer burns with him.
Woof. February 2027. So that makes me want to go get all the way through the first 3 just to be able to get to that during release. Because I'm currently playing through the first one. I'm still early in it, but I need to get through. I want to get through the trilogy, especially Metro Exodus, because I know that's been like one of the best ones they've done. It was the last one they did too, but I mean, I know that they did a lot of good with Exodus.
Bo?
This is not my kind of game, but I do want to say that the atmosphere that they've created in this game is off the charts. It's just
for sure.
It's just it's got it. You know, they've nailed it. It's not just creepy. It really is. It's tense. You know, there's a tension to it when you're walking through these different rooms. So these different environments. It looks phenomenal.
100%. And I think they nailed it because, you know, they kept building on, like, the first 2 games were in the tunnel, you know, and, like, those were, like, dark, dank, like, trying to keep your head on a swivel because everything's trying to kill you down there. And then you went above ground in Exodus for, like, as the main part of it. And that created a whole slew of new enemies and, like, new issues. But it opened up, like, the color palette for them a little bit, too. And, like, but they still have that tense atmosphere like you were describing. And this one is just at the point where it nails it. You know, they've got it locked down at this point, and they're just like, all right, let's turn it up to 11 and just make it, like, insane. And, like, now it's, like, looking like they're playing some, like, kind of head games, psychosis type of things with the main character. It looks maybe not, I don't know, but.
Yeah, and just, you know, graphically, they're just able to do so much more now that they couldn't before. Like that night vision stuff, that's crazy looking. And when all those bats fly through there's so many of them. Like there's, it's not just like a few. Like they're like, you know, high rendered. There's like 100 or more of those bats that are flying through that cave. And so I don't know, it's just stuff like that. You know, little details like that really take it to the next level.
Yeah,
and the fire right there. I mean, the lighting is amazing.
The lighting's amazing, yo. I'm not even going to lie. I do think it does kind of go with what you were bringing up earlier, Bo, that it does feel a little bit fast paced on the action, but I think a lot of that is like how the trailer is cut here. I have not played any Metro games, so I don't know how fast paced they are necessarily.
I'm sure there are times when you are slowing down and they're trying to creep you out with, you know, sounds off in the distance or whatever, you know, but there will be some really fast paced segments as well.
Nate says they had an Exodus. They should have a Revelation. Can't argue with you there. Plague Tale is back, baby. We're talking about Resonance. And this game, it's Resonance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, please, Lord, let me get this one right.
Yeah, we got two different Resonants.
Yeah, exactly.
And two different revelations.
And two different revelations, yeah. Again, thesaurus, please. They're free on the internet. But this one looks good. I loved the Plague Tale, so let's jump into this trailer.
There's something on this island.
Yeah, when I saw the Asobo logo, I'm like, this is not Plague Tale, is it? Because they only work on Plague Tale games, and it did not look like the same thing.
Island thanks to me.
There's more to this than you understand.
Woof.
More than you can handle.
My dude, that's a bad hair, dude.
Yeah.
I've proven myself.
Woof.
Have you really?
It's so different.
Correct. It almost feels like Assassin's Creed.
Dang! Right in the skull.
Look at this place. It's mad.
The final confrontation is about to begin.
Where are the others? Ezra's dead, Lenny. They're all dead. Move.
But you couldn't have said, "Hey, Lenny, you know those ancient death curse rumors? Well, maybe they're true. Sit in."
Oh, there they are. There they are.
Yep.
They showed up at the end.
I was going to ask you, Zach, how do you feel about the lack of rats in this one? But, you know, they came in at the end.
They came in at the, dude, I am stoked for this. This series has been phenomenal.
Right. And it looks like, again, this is going to be a different character, like cast of characters than we're seeing. Looks like very ancient Greece type of thing. And it looks like they, you know, again, because of like the character design with Alicia and Hugo, they were limited to combat options a lot of the time. I know they opened it up a little bit more in 2, the second one was called Innocence, right?
Requiem.
I think so. Requiem. Thank
Innocence
you.
is first.
And thank you. Another R word, Requiem. And they said, all right, let's do a more of a free flow combat, like more action heavy focus. And I think they hit the mark on this one, if that was their their goal for this game. And it looks very, again, like I'm just thinking like, this does not look, it's the same people who did a Plague Tale, but it doesn't look like a typical Plague Tale game until you see the title and the rats at the end. And I'm just like, okay, I wasn't expecting this. And again, it's like, I think August 27th is a release date. So it's right around the corner.
Yeah. Dude, I never
would have guessed. I would never would have guessed it's a Plague Tale game. Right?
Yeah.
Same.
But, and again, you got the fast paced combat, and the combat in this is pristine. I mean,
and the free flow exploration
so
is
good.
100%. It looks really
and
good.
I don't get what time period it is, because some of it looks like ancient Greece, and then you see her like put the IV in her arm, and it looks like she's sitting at a computer at one point.
True.
Like is she time traveling? Is it like an Assassin's Creed
Animus.
Animus type thing? Like what is going on here?
I don't know.
I'm intrigued.
We'll have to play it in August to get the story.
Yeah. I love that they're bringing in various, like, because you got like the last time it was like during like medieval times and all of this, I feel like it's Greece, Roman kind of feel to it and everything. But then you do get those moments, which we're about to come up to, where you start seeing like the stuff falling, and it's like, oh, we're near the rats. Like when you start seeing this black stuff falling in the air and everything, it's like, oh, they're here. They're here.
What if this, so because of the title, and maybe I'm looking too much into it, like a Plague Tale Legacy, what if this is like a prequel to how the rats get this disease and it spreads throughout the world? What if this is a setup to the major plague?
What if the plague is from the future and she goes back and releases it in the past?
Ooh, interesting.
And that's what sets up the whole story for the previous games.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. August, we'll find out. We'll find out. This will be a quick play for me because I've Derek, you're missing out.
Wolverine's a few weeks later.
yeah, dude. I remember God of War came out right when Requiem did. Yeah, Requiem came out right around. Yes, yeah, and it was just like, well. And then I finished Ragnarok, and then I went back to Requiem. Derek never made it back, unfortunately. So, I'll throw him under that bus. All right, we've got 3 more trailers, y'all. Strap in. Here we go. Clockwork Revolution. This one has been something I've been stoked for a while. So here we go.
It's my kind of night. Alarms are ringing. Bullets are flying.
Bang!
What you do that for?
My fingers slip. Every copper in the tangle is on my tail.
Every copper.
Hooligans, come to order.
Piss off! Let me introduce you to some of my esteemed colleagues.
Even my schemes.
I like Ulysses.
Me, I prefer to make it up as I go.
Morgan!
Oh, you'll have better odds getting through with me.
Everyone knows you're easy pickings for someone with any sand. Then give my regards to the Sandman.
Ripped off his lapels. Oh, that's cool.
Hand is worth 2 in the grave, as they say.
Look at the bloody airships. We're not here for you.
Not here for me. I'm Anne fucking Terrell.
Okay.
Time to lay our hands to mischief.
We've been preparing to rob Griswick's vault for months now. We're putting the heist tonight, yeah? Morgan, get to that crane to lower the ship.
Greetings. I am the Miracle Industries auto-loading crane. If you have the authority, I am at your service.
What happens if I fired a few holes in you?
The lift is now unlocked.
Hey, there you go.
Defeat. How sad. You were all doing so well.
Do you expect us to go quietly?
Well, I certainly don't expect any trouble from some of Avalon's most disposable citizens.
It's giving me Bioshock.
Oh, for sure.
Especially like the big clanker.
Oh, yeah.
And giving me like
You've just jumped
the presidents.
25 years back in time. This place on this day is right.
This makes me feel like it's like they're invoking a little bit of Deathloop as well.
This life ain't one for granting easy choices.
Singularity.
But I just found a way to control the past.
Ah.
Change who's in control. Make things unfair in our favor. Brought you a little toy with a big mouth.
A proper little villain.
A better villain than you'll ever be. You decrepit old soak.
The blood, the priest. Who do we like the least? Oh, it's different how they do ya. The ways they
Definitely
stick
irreverent.
And when they're done with chucking it up, oh, downstairs. Well, they're all gonna screw you in the end.
Nothing's ever given to folk like
I love
us,
the weapons.
especially not the future.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But
Oh,
this time, we've a chance to steal it. What can an honest thief ask for?
we get a robot dog. I'm here for it.
Next year.
That's the big announcement right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Thoughts on
to get back to
Clockwork?
exclusive, so I really vibe with the aesthetic that they're doing. Like, of course, when they first showed it off last year, or year before that,
2 years.
Thank you. I liked what they were doing. Seeing this just reaffirms my take on the fact that I love the aesthetic, the vibe they're going through. I didn't know about the timey-wimey stuff, like going back in time type of thing. But the cast of characters, I think, is very unique especially for the time period. I think I'm going to have fun with all of them. So it just looks like a very fun time. Can't wait to play it next year.
Bo?
They talked about the time travel stuff last year, and I feel like I saw enough last year. I'm kind of confused why this isn't out yet. I feel like it looked finished last year. But anyway, it's fine. They're still they need more time. That's great. It does have that BioShock mixed with, what did you say, Deathloop?
Yeah.
Mixed with the Outer Worlds. I want to throw that into the mix
that
there.
one's
It has a great Outer Worlds vibe. Yeah. I probably won't pick this one up personally, but I see the appeal for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really cool, very unique experience.
And just to like push back on your, well, not push back, but just kind of like to counter your point about why isn't it out yet too. It's like In Exile is until Xbox bought them, a very small studio. Like they had done the Wasteland games, like the very top down turn-based shooters, like smaller in scale. So this is their first bigger scale game that they've done. It was sort of like what is it? Compulsion Games. They had just done small indie games up until Xbox bought them, and then We Happy Few was like their first breakout title. And then same thing with kind of different, but kind of in the same was Guerrilla Games. Like they had just done shooters, and they did Horizon, like a massive open world RPG. So they need time. They just needed time to figure out how they wanted that game to do.
Well, I imagine that all the time travel and changing how it changes the map dynamically based on your decisions, they probably need a lot of time to fix all the bugs and stuff and tweak that.
True.
So I imagine that's part of it as well. I did not know what their previous catalog was like. So that makes sense.
I think they also did Pillars of Eternity. I could be wrong on that one. They did it because I think Pillars was Obsidian. There was another one that they did, but it's basically like all the same type of like Wasteland, like top down strategy type of thing. So they had been smaller scale up until this one.
Yeah, this one I'm excited for. It looks great. I think this is going to be a banger. I loved the BioShock games. I loved Infinite.
Definitely.
I think Infinite is still the strongest of all of them.
It's more Infinite than it is the first two, for sure.
Yes.
True.
And I think the humor that you're getting in this is going to be great. The timey-wimey side of it, I'm really looking forward to, because I love a good timey-wimey story. And having that in play, like, you're definitely going to have to make sure that there are no holes in your story or all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to it. I've been excited about this game for a very, very long time. So In Exile, their games, Cult of the Holy Detonation, The Bard's Tale ARPG, The Bard's Tale 4, The Bard's Tale Trilogy, The Battle of Steeltown, The Marge's Tale, Torment, Tides of Numeria, Wasteland 2, 3, and Remastered.
Yeah.
So
cool.
All right. To the last big ones. This reveal was pretty dope. We're talking about Fable. Are you ready, Bo?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm
you
ready.
Sure? Okay, here we go.
I'm ready for Haley Atwell. Let's see her.
Do I remember the moment my powers came in? Well, I was being crushed to death with seawater and mud and manure. Whilst holding onto my sister's hand. I remember her fingers gripped so tightly in mine that her nails drew blood. Until I lost her grip. But she stayed away. Does stick in the memory a bit, yeah.
I wonder if we're going to get these during the game. Like these kind of like point of view, like interview stuff.
You ever seen a legend in the flesh?
All that power, how do they use it?
I hope so.
Killing mindless beasts. Fighting petty villains. None of that matters.
Look what the guild shut out.
A real hero knows how to wield power. They don't waste time in trivialities.
You're back and dressed like a twat.
I love the talking doors and like how they've like updated those for this.
Yeah.
This looks really cool.
What the fuck was that?
Well, I was just
sent my brother into the infinite fucking abyss without even asking permission.
Remorse. Remorse is for the guilty.
Remorse is for the guilty.
Look, I will tell you what I told them. Albion is broken, and I'm going to mend it. Albion doesn't need heroes. It needs a hero.
you're a monster.
And that hero is me.
Ooh.
February
Ooh.
23rd. And
that is the best trailer that we have gotten about Fable, and it's the
Yes.
only one that has gotten me excited about the game.
Yes.
yes,
Of all the times
agreed.
we've seen it.
I think showing Haley Atwell as the main villain is a huge get. And like the whole time, like seeing it again and watching it, I get major like, and maybe it's it's a British trope, but Hela from Thor Ragnarok, because I got Ragnarok vibes like without the humor throughout this whole trailer. Like it's like the destruction. It's like I want to just burn the whole world, and I'm like, okay, like this is giving that same kind of energy in my opinion. But I agree with you wholeheartedly, Bo. The best trailer we've gotten of Fable, and I, again, as someone who hasn't played Fable, none of the series, I am very intrigued to play this on February 23rd, and just give this a shot and see what I missed out back in the 360 Xbox, 360 days. But as our resident Fable player who is on our panel, Zach, what do you think of this whole thing?
I'm loving this. Like, I absolutely love Fable. I've played all of them, and the look, the feel, like the irreverent humor that's in here. Having a hero that like thinks that she is above everybody, I think is going to be a cool way to do this. And I agree with Bo. Like, this is the best trailer that we've gotten. Like, I know previously, I think it was the developer direct, we saw Playground talking about this, and like all the NPCs are going to have, different lines, and they have different routines and all of this kind of stuff. I thought that was really cool. But when you get down to it, it's like, you got to sell this game for people to want to get into it. And I think this is the first time where it's like, oh, there's actually a story here. It's not just cheeky British humor. And that's all we've been sold so far is cinematic story, cheeky British humor kind of stuff. And I love Richard Adeoye. I think that's his last name. From IT Crowd and all of that. But it's like, it didn't sell me on the game. I wasn't excited for it. And the things that showed for it and all of that was whatever. But one of the things that I'm so excited for is at the end of this trailer, you're about to see the villain from
PlayStation
the
5 logo. Oh.
Well, you're going to see the villain from the first game, which is Jack of Blades. And I was, because he comes from, this is Jack of Blades, and seeing that, I'm like, okay, where are we putting this in the overarching timeline or whatever? But Jack of Blades is a boss. Okay, he's really, really cool and evil. So, yeah.
Do you think this is like an alternate universe where he also exists? Or do you think it sits in the timeline of the original games?
Well, he is technically like a being of the void. So that's kind of like out of time and all of that. So he could technically be in both places. So I don't know. It comes up with some pretty awesome, like mind-bending stuff. This could be just a complete refresh of the series and everything. Yeah. And people love, like he's like, anytime I've played Fable, he's the villain that sticks out the most out of the other two games. So I think bringing him back in will be cool.
To me, just because they're calling this Fable, no subtitle, no number, it's always felt like it was a reboot of the franchise, but I could be wrong. I do have a question for you, Zach. What is your favorite Fable game so far?
Fable 2 is my favorite one.
That's usually what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah. Fable 3 took what we had in Fable, but it didn't really go much further than that. Or Fable 2. Fable 3 took what Fable 2 did, but it didn't really do much. It added a few things, but it wasn't like Fable 1 to Fable 2 was such a huge jump. And Fable 3 was so close to Fable 2 that you didn't have that time to really, I felt like they rushed it a little bit more. And I will literally murder everybody in the town if they touch my dog.
In Fable, not in real life. Just want to clarify.
Allegedly.
Right?
Allegedly.
I was like, you don't know, Zach.
I forgot a trailer, so we're gonna watch Halo Campaign Evolved. I was actually surprised at this because we're getting 3 new missions and they look legit. So
they do.
I'm excited. Let's watch this trailer. We'll start it over. There he is, y'all. Sergeant Johnson.
You've heard the story. Halo, the chief, stuff of legends. But that's not the story I'm telling today. This one you haven't heard. I've started simple enough. Drop in, grab the goods, get out before anyone noticed. Well, guess what? They noticed.
It looks so good. Fuel rod cannon, baby. That was a rocket launcher. No,
you ready to get to it?
That's not a rocket launcher. What is that? Looks like a rail cannon. Rail gun.
Yep.
You learn to read a battlefield.
Ooh, got the gold elites.
More of a freak show.
That needler looks so interesting.
I know, freak.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed your stay so far, Demon?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're on the clock.
This, I like being able to turn a brute into your pawn.
Yeah, that's
pretty
crazy.
dope. And we're getting a lot of different grunts, and the hunters in white. Oh,
bring us.
Reminds me of like the Royal Guard from Star Wars.
That is going to be awesome because we've never like actually got to fly in space.
Correct.
Yeah, we're getting a mix of like Halo 2 and Halo 1 armor in this game, which is interesting.
If you ever get tired of being the strong, almost silent type,
no.
July 28th.
So close.
I know.
I can't believe it's July.
I know.
I thought for sure this would be like an October release.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Or they delay it till next year.
Yeah, that too. So July's super surprising. But what do you think about these? Are all the new missions all happen before. So does that put that during the events of Halo Reach?
No.
Or before that, Halo Reach? Because at the end of Halo Reach, they were on their way to the first Halo.
Yeah. It would be before Halo Reach, if I remember my timeline right, because they've been fighting the Covenant for a while when Halo Reach happens. So
that's interesting. It makes me wonder if this is, again, like a soft relaunch of the franchise. Are they what parts? Because when they first set it up, it was like it's going to be the same game, just remade.
Yep.
But it doesn't seem like that anymore to me. Like, even picking up the sword right there.
Yeah,
you couldn't do that in the first Halo game.
Mm-hmm.
So, how much are they changing here?
Full disclosure, when I saw, before I realized it was Campaign Evolved, I thought they were going to just do a whole separate game with Sergeant Johnson as the main character. And I'm like, it's cool, but I don't know if a whole game with him would be the right move.
No.
And they're like, this is just 3 prequel missions involving him before the main campaign. I'm like, okay, makes it even better.
But they've clearly got different tech taking over the Brute, like you were saying, Zach. That's totally, But again, the campaign evolved, so we got to expect some kind of changes, right? But I just don't. And the flying, that does look cool. Hopefully, it's cool. Flying can look cool and then actually be really terrible. So
yeah,
hopefully it feels really good. But
they hired Barry Allen to rewrite the timeline.
They might have. I'm excited for this one. This is going to be a pickup for me for sure.
Yeah. Same. This is. I want to
and
play
it's $50. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
It's
that.
only $50.
Heck yeah.
Game Pass.
Or Game Pass, yeah.
Or Game Pass.
$50 in a world where games are $80. It's huge.
Yeah.
I don't have Game Pass anymore, so.
Yeah, I don't either, but now that it's $8 cheaper but $2 more than it used to be, I'll at least lock in for the next little bit. I'm looking up real quick. So Halo Reach was before Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
Halo Wars is right before Halo Reach. But this would be before Halo Reach, because this is
said 1 year before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would be before Halo Reach and everything. I'm excited, man. Like I feel like everybody around our age is a Halo fan. So it's like this is going to be huge, and I would love, and I hope that they do more of this, is like adding to stuff before the main game, because there's so much to like the Fall of Reach, which we kind of got, but we can also there is like a whole book that is of Sergeant Johnson called Contact Harvest, which is amazing. And it's the first time he ever had to fight against the Covenant and everything. And it just I think those would be really cool. And, he could even go to where they're fighting the rebels before they even contact the Covenant and everything. It's like they were having insurgents. And that's the whole reason the Spartan program was actually created, was to fight the rebel insurgents from the UNSC. So that's, that's me. Yes. Bo from Bo Knows Gaming.
So when you're seeing these combat scenarios and there's a lot of players on the field, a lot of people on the screen, do you think in this game the Marines will actually be useful for anything at all?
No.
Because in the original games,
They'll still be.
they don't do anything.
No, they are the stormtroopers for sure. They are the stormtroopers. So
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Last but
I was
not
hoping
least,
maybe they evolved too.
I hope so. I hope so. But July, we will know. From what I have seen, there will be 3 extra missions.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So
yeah, they're like prequels.
Yeah, gonna have to play that. I'm assuming all of it's gonna be co-op as well. Like you can do.
I think so. Yeah, I think they already said that part. Do you think that the 3 bonus missions, extra missions that are set a year before, do you think that they will be at the beginning of the game, or do you think you'll unlock them at the end of the game, or will they be flashbacks throughout the game?
I kind of like the flashback aspect, but I also feel like they'll do them before.
I feel like because this is going to be a lot of people's first time through the original. I know we had the Master Chief Collection back in like 2014. Yeah, it's like, but there's a whole new generation of people, and they've heard all of us old heads talk nonstop that Halo is so good, and it's like, okay, it is the first time coming to PlayStation. It's like, okay, we're going to do the story, and then you unlock the extra missions, or it's like, here's Halo campaign evolved, and here's the extra missions. Like it's another like game mode, or you can pick like, okay, do you want to do the game or do you want to do the extra missions?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Man, this last one, y'all. Gears of War E-Day. We started this bad boy off with Gears of War E-Day, and I think that it was so awesome. And the exclusivity has changed. War has changed. So let's check out Gears of War E-Day.
Dom.
This is the Coalition Emergency Broadcast System. There are reports of multiple tremors causing minor damage across Kelowna.
Stay sharp. Don't let them surround you.
There should be more guns in the trunk.
Here, strap these on.
This isn't
Dom!
We should still head to the police station. We're gonna have more firepower there.
Right. Yeah. It's about 2 blocks up ahead.
Marcus would have a chain wallet.
Yeah.
He would have a chain wallet.
I mean,
that is the only active reload you will see this whole entire time. Like, to actually get the active reload. Oh, first hole. I love that they've moved the active reload to the screen where your character is instead of the top, because it was always hard to like keep track of like what the action was doing and actually hit your active reload.
Yeah.
Ah, that looks so good. The spray of blood. Ooh.
You see that? There's something big, like huge crab fingers picking up through the street.
It's interesting as well that you're seeing most of these without armor on them.
Yeah.
Let me see what I can do.
I'm at the pad safe. I need backup. These things are all over me.
More tremors.
Any gears out there? Anyone that can hear this?
That's not good.
Yeah. just literally just bringing down a whole building.
I know it's not the final product, but the HUD looks so clean.
Yeah.
It's got to be almost the final product.
Yeah.
And the movement being so much more fluid and being able to like, yeah.
He's younger, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And has less armor on, so makes sense.
Yep.
All right. That gear said they're stuck in the pay and save. Which way?
It's on the other side of those apartments. At least that thing carved us a shortcut.
Through here.
Too slow. Oh, bugger! Come on, then.
Our first Carmine death.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Oh, where the hell did you lot come from?
We heard your distress call.
Well, you saved my ass. But we need to make ourselves scarce.
Like, guys, the lighting here. I'm gonna just like the way the lighting is literally hitting the wood floor, and
it's perfect.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah, who are you? Where's your squad?
And I love being able to like jump over stuff like that. It's so cool. And realizing it's like the original Lancer is not accurate. Like the spray of the bullets, like even if you're right on somebody, not accurate. Those watermelons will never get eaten. I'm sure this is where they were like, oh, we need to beef up big time.
Yeah.
To be able to fight these things. And I love like shooting through that. Oh my gosh. Oh,
yep.
Anyone see him?
Contact front.
There's no end to these freaks.
Pick him off.
On your right, I got it.
he's not just your run-of-the-mill drone.
Oh, no.
Breaks off the blade.
I know. Nope.
Not in my house.
Ugh.
Breaking the tile and getting the scar.
Yeah.
Tom.
Can't hear you, son. Yes, sir.
Our roads converge again. Marcus Phoenix.
Dang. Oh, that slide, y'all. That looked like Lambent. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
Like that iridescent and everything looks like Lambency.
October 6th. Cannot wait.
Now, this is the first time we've seen anything from this game, right? I mean, gameplay, right?
Yes, we've only gotten one other trailer.
Yeah, it was the cinematic one.
Yep.
That's
So much.
I love it when they save all that for right before the game's going to release.
Yes.
I know.
That's the way they need to do it.
Exactly.
And this looks so polished. It looks so, again, fast-paced action, just like a lot of these other ones. I think it looks practically perfect.
Yeah. I cannot wait for this. Think they said how many people can play. It's like you and 3 others, so it's like a 4-player co-op story, which I think is awesome.
And this whole story is going to take over the span of 3 days, so it's going to be an intense 3 days in one city too. I did watch a little bit of the direct after the showcase, and they did say that like in multiplayer, like I think it was like in the Horde Siege mode, it'll be up to 12 players. You'll be able to play as 3 squads of 4 in the multiplayer for some modes.
That's cool. That's cool.
So, but yeah, like,
good.
I was just gonna say, yeah, like, and they revamped the cover system because I mean, they said it's the first time like you see like that small little crack in like the raised concrete. That's the first time you can do like low base cover, do above, like climb on top of like stuff as well. So they are revamping Gears from the ground up for this game to make this like pretty much to bring the series back to life. Because as Zach and I have lamented time and time again, the last Gears of War game came out in 2019, so it has been worth the wait.
As much as I want Gears 6, because we got the cliffhanger of Gears 5, and I actually liked Gears 5. I know people foo-foo on that thing, but Gears 4 sucked, but Gears 5 was great. This, however, makes me super excited. I hope that they continue to go back in time, because if we got the stuff that we get in the Gears books, I think that would be amazing. And the way that we're going to get this, I think, is going to be so cool. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're not big, and like, oh, the armor really does make the person and all of that. And it's like, again, I've read all the Gears books except for like one, because it's not in the main line. COG soldiers almost eat 7,000 calories a day.
Holy cow.
So, like, that's why they're so big in the other games, is because they're wolfing down so much food to stay at that level and everything. So, yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for this. I'm going to play the mess out of it. And maybe, I don't know, y'all. Maybe it might be a stream day. I don't know. October 6th.
We'll have to wait and see closer to it. But I'm already planning on taking that week off from work, along with the week of Wolverine comes out. So
you're taking the week off?
Probably. I'm kind of tempted to. I still have a couple weeks of vacation. Just saying.
Okay. Strong men consume more calories. Very true. Sweet emotion. Sweet emotion. Man, that was an amazing showcase. And as to wrap up this episode, we've got to foo-foo real quick Xbox, and that is the Xbox layoffs that are planned. Xbox reportedly planning significant layoffs. This is by Cade Onder over at IGN.
So Xbox CEO Asha Sharma has outlined plans to, quote, reset the business amidst reports of significant layoffs and budget cuts. According to a report Bloomberg published earlier today, the story says Xbox will be undergoing layoffs in July alongside slashes to marketing budgets and other areas of the business. Bloomberg also reported that Sharma pulled a trailer for Halo Campaign Evolved from PlayStation's latest State of Play, potentially damaging relations between Xbox and Sony. Some had speculated that this may have been the case, as a recent trailer for the game had a disclaimer noting that footage was captured on a PS5 Pro. Following Bloomberg's report, Xbox released Sharma's internal memo to the public, which features some brutal and transparent thoughts about the future of Xbox. The memo noted that this level of transparency is important going forward. Quote, "We don't succeed by hiding hard truths, nor will we succeed by doing the same thing and expecting different results," Sharma wrote. The memo outlined 5 realities about the state of Xbox, covering a notable decline in revenue that cannot continue, a hardware component crisis, and a reassessment of Xbox's portfolio and infrastructure. We expanded our studio system when we needed a pipeline of content to meet multiple strategies across subscription, streaming, and devices. In the process, we found ourselves overextended and as we executed on changing strategies in a landscape of more readily available content. We are the fortunate stewards of industry-defining franchises that have enormous potential and player demand, but we have not adequately funded them to compete and win. At the same time, as we saw this past weekend at the showcase, a reliable pipeline of first and third-party exclusives and new IP are critical to our success. We need to reassess the balance between these and our investment priorities for the next 5 years. The Verge reported that sources have suggested Xbox's cuts could lead to a studio closure or changes to the Xbox studio pipeline. Sharma's predecessor, Phil Spencer, had to shut down a number of Xbox-owned studios before the end of his tenure. One of the most notable casualties was The Initiative, a new studio that was tasked with rebooting Perfect Dark. Sharma also noted that Xbox had to spend twice as much as it did on console shortage components since last fall, and that number is expected to grow to 5 times as much as they planned for the next console, Project Helix. Her comments come just days after Xbox's chief strategy officer, Matthew Ball, who joined the company not even a full month ago, noted that they were unable to keep up with demand for new consoles due to the component crisis. He also stated that it was forcing a rethink of how they approach Helix. So, as much as this is a classic case study of they do so much goodwill. Like Asha came out, like she followed in Phil's footsteps of presenting a showcase, which is be seen, speak very little, and let the games speak for themselves. And they did. Like that intro was the strongest intro I've seen out of any showcase in probably the last 5 years, with Gears, Fable, Plague Tale, Halo, and followed by others. So they came out. They treated the beginning of that showcase like it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and they were tied up, and whoever wins goes home, win or go home type of deal. And they came out and nailed it. Like I would almost say it was a perfect 10 out of 10 showcase for presentation, but I won't go that far. I'd probably give it a 9.5. Anyway, and then this comes out. And all that goodwill, it seems like they had been building up, because Asha Sharma had up to this point, like, yes, she had said she's been forthcoming. She's like, look, we have to rethink this, like probably, do some different things here because it ain't working. And she's been transparent about this whole thing. But too much transparency and too much change is also not a good thing. And to come out and just squander all the goodwill you just made several days ago is really kind of a slap in the face to us as gamers, because it's like, cool, you're doing all the things we've been asking for. You lowered Game Pass, a little bit to make it at least, enticing for us to come back for the people who dropped off. And all these games, like a lot of these games look like bangers, boom, 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 boom. And then you do this. Now, I didn't know about the Halo thing about it. I knew had some scuttlebutt about it running on PS5, but I didn't know they pulled it from the state of play. But I heard about Gears being a last minute decision to. Oh, okay. The Gears thing though was probably also a rumor that it was a last minute, like 24 hours before the showcase aired, that because apparently Walmart had leaked that they had like PS5 decals ready to go for Gears E-Day, and it was going to show PS5, and then at the 11th hour they came in and said make it console exclusive, and because they wanted to make a big splash. Make a big statement in their showcase at the beginning.
Well, that's literally the only time Asha talked, was right after E-Day's segment. She was like, we're like excited, blah, 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 and it's going to be console exclusive. And it was like, oh, okay, this is how we're going to play from now on.
So I read Asha's statement, the memo. Mm-hmm. It's actually from Asha and Matt. That's how it's signed at the beginning and at the end, but nobody's talking about Matt for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's from both of them.
Well,
and,
he's kind of the Sarah Bond now.
Yeah, they talk about the first 100 days of her being in this role, and how there was 8+ months of Game Pass decline, and that's finally started growing again. She talks about some of the positive things, and then she gets into just what the next 100 days are going to look like, and she outlines 5 things that the company has to come to grips with, to be able to turn Xbox around. And the way that that this is written, and I'm saying she because she's the one I saw post it, even though it's signed both of them, is written with a lot of grace. She never name calls anyone. She doesn't like call out Phil Spencer or anybody and say this is what they did, or she never says I walked into this mess and I'm trying to fix it. She's just saying here's where we are as a company and here's what we need to do to get out of it. And I highly recommend everyone go read it. It's not super long, but I thought it was very well written. It's written in very plain language that anyone can understand. It's not a bunch of business mumbo jumbo. It's very common English. And I think the 5 things she laid out all make a lot of sense to me. I personally have been saying for the last 3 years, don't get rid of exclusives. So I'm glad they pulled the exclusives, pulled back whatever Gears from being on PlayStation, and Clockwork Revolution. I expect to see more exclusives from them in the future. It's the only way they're going to be able to compete with Nintendo and PlayStation. I don't know why they ever started down that road to begin with, except that they were desperate and they thought maybe this will give us a quick influx of cash. And it hasn't worked out, and it's muddied the waters. And so all the stuff she said, I was like, yeah, she's right. And I think after reading it, I was like, you know what? This actually gives me hope for the future of Xbox, not just the showcase, but the stuff in the memo. So, I'd highly recommend reading that because it's very good.
Yeah.
And I think she's on target.
I mean, yes, 2 things can be true, and I'm not trying to poo-poo because I know I'm not going to speak for Zach. I am very pessimistic on a lot of things, but I also try and see the light. 2 things can be true. You can look for the change that you need to make and do it in a way that is elegant and the right move business-wise for the company to be profitable and be reputable again. Because I was telling Zach, a couple days ago, I'm just like, look, they are looking to not settle for 3rd place anymore. And I think as great as Phil Spencer was in the beginning of the Xbox One generation, I think he kind of, for what, whether he just got burnt out or whether it was the people above him behind the scenes, telling him, beating him down and needing to hit all these metrics and you need to do X, Y, Z instead of doing ABC type of deal. And he just got frustrated with that as to why the business started declining the way it did, and bad business decisions and questionable ethics. But also, she is trying to steer that ship and turn it in the right direction. That is true. What also is true is you don't and again, it's a domino effect. It's just the constant, Zach and I talk about it pretty much weekly. I know we've kind of haven't had much of this thing lately, but it's just when that comes with constant layoffs after you've laid off hundreds of people already over the course of the last 12 business months, it's just so degrading to do all this goodwill and you could have all the good intentions, but if as the saying goes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I'm not saying she's gonna go down that path, but for the sake of argument, it comes at the cost of the people that are working for you. And I get when they acquired Activision, they had to cut duplicate jobs. This person's in marketing, but this person's also does marketing. Who's gonna be up for elimination? I understand that part of business, while it still sucks, has to happen. But now that they've cleared through all that, now they're just axing people who are just, because of budget cuts, because the company needs to turn a profit. And that's the part I don't agree with.
Well, I wonder if they have gotten through all of that. I wonder how much of this is somebody coming in with fresh eyes on the business, because it's like you can get used to your environment and stop seeing things that somebody new comes in and sees immediately, right? And she's coming into a sinking ship, and she's saying, okay, we got to patch all these holes, and it might still sink, I don't know. but but she, and some of it's out of their control in a lot of ways. Like she was saying in this memo that that when she started in February, storage components were 2 times higher than they had paid just last fall, and then it's increased. It's over doubled again in her 6 months or whatever here at Xbox, and they're expecting by more price increases. They're expecting by holiday 2027 that it will be over 5 times what they paid 2 years ago to build a Series X. That's
insane.
A huge price increase.
Yeah.
And so, if you're going to keep the business afloat, we don't want to see anybody lose their job, but they also the money has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the exclusive thing is so important, because they need to start selling hardware again, and they're not. But they're not, because why would I buy hardware for a company that seems like it's dying? One, and two, I can play all their games somewhere else that looks like it's thriving. So they've got to start going back to exclusives to help turn this thing around, to help start selling more consoles, more hardware, as they ramp up to Helix. And I don't think Helix is going to be expensive, y'all. There's no way that Helix is not going to be at least $1,500. And I said that 4 months ago.
Especially when the Steam Deck is now 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. So they need more exclusives from first and third party IPs, and I think that will help. It's not going to be the only thing they need to do, but it is an essential thing that they have to do if they're going to stay afloat.
Yeah.
True.
And I think
I wonder, with those fresh eyes, does she come in and say, okay, yeah, there is still bloat here and there. We don't need all these people. But one thing I've been encouraged by is that she was from AI doing stuff with Copilot, and she pulled Copilot from Xbox almost immediately, which shocked me. I thought for sure one of her big things was probably she got hired because she said, hey, we can use AI and replace all these jobs. It seems like she's pulling back away from AI. And so that's an interesting move. So I don't know. There's a lot of moving pieces here, a lot to analyze, I think. And I'm probably not the right person to analyze all of it. But so far, I think she's been doing a great job, especially considering what she inherited from the previous
regime.
Yeah, I think Asha has been doing fantastic. The showcase was, like Derek said, the best that we've gotten in the last 5 or so years. It made me believe in Xbox. This news about more layoffs and everything, it was kind of a kick in the rear. And I think going forward, it's like, okay, yeah, she's seeing things that others just have gotten used to, being an editor and all of that. It's like you kind of get just tunnel vision on your edit, and, really comes down to the saying, you got to murder your darlings, and it's like sometimes you got to murder the things that aren't serving you. You know what I mean? So I think that's what Asha, she's making calls that others wouldn't. And it does suck because, some people are going to make her to be out the bad guy and all of that. But when I look at the decisions that she's made over from February to now, it's been a net positive. Like if you would have told me 2 months ago that I'd be talking excitedly about Xbox, not just one game, but Xbox. You know, it's like she's taken the branding, she's made it about Xbox. It's not Microsoft Game Studios anymore. It's Xbox again. And like it's pushing back to that identity that people really loved and they lost. And that's why people didn't buy anything. It was like, why buy, like what Bo said, why would I buy it when I can play it on Steam, or I could play it on a PlayStation, or I could play it on a Nintendo Switch or whatever? And it's like, okay, we've got to build this where people want to buy Helix, that they would shell out $1,500, you know, instead of buying a new computer or something like that, you know, getting the Steam machine, whatever. It's like they want to play it on Xbox because it is the place to be. And I think that's what, you know,
there's an excitement. There's an excitement right now. I mean, there really is. That hasn't been there for a long time. And I just want to read this one quote here from this memo. She said, our current platform infrastructure is not built for the battle ahead. Our systems are overly complex, spanning hundreds of dependencies, which hinders our ability to move fast. We've become too reliant on vendors to operate our systems and must become more self-reliant as an engineering culture to build for the future. We must increase the value we ship to players while decreasing the time it takes to do so. That's a huge statement, considering the last 6 or 7 years. Going forward, we'll evolve and rebuild our stack and look at capabilities across all of Xbox and potential M&A to help us win in hardware, PC, mobile, and streaming. So she's saying, man, we got to be more lean. We've got to be faster. We've got to ship more games. And we've got to stop depending on everyone else to do our job for us.
Yeah.
Is what she's saying.
Yeah. You can't just depend on third party to service the people that have bought your console. Like my Xbox is like down here. Yeah. It's not even on my desk. It's not even on my desk. That says a lot. My PlayStation is behind my monitor. My PlayStation's behind my monitor. My Switch, Amy plays. My Steam Deck, Amy plays. But the thing that I play is my PlayStation because there's nothing on my Xbox.
Yeah. And for the last several years, anything you could get on it, you could play on Xbox, you could also play on PlayStation.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, you know, Dan, he brings up a good point. I could simply stream these games. And you could. You definitely could. That is one thing that you could do is stream majority of these things these days, thanks to xCloud and all of that. But I think they're trying to get it to where people want to buy the box.
Streaming is great. I love it until I go back and play it on actual in-person hardware. And then I'm like, why am I playing this on streaming? Is that just me? Okay. Like it's great if that's all you have, and it's great like if you're traveling or something like that. It's a really nice bonus feature, but it's not how I want to play all my games all the time.
No, I won't say something to you, Bo. I play majority on my PlayStation Portal now.
Yeah, but that's in-house streaming.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like
that's in-house streaming, but I still stream
that
the game.
looks better. That looks better than the cloud streaming stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and I've played a good bit of xCloud. Since they launched it and everything. And I do think it's the best of that kind of streaming.
I agree.
'Cause, you know, Luna, Stadia and all of that, not so much. But I think that they're going to try to keep pushing that kind of ability, and
I don't think it's going to go away. Yeah.
No.
But like I've been playing, I got a ROG Xbox Ally, and I've been streaming from my Xbox to my Xbox Ally from the, straight from the console.
Yeah.
And that works really well. It's just the cloud streaming that I am like, oh, this is cool. But then I go back and play on the hardware. Yeah. And I'm like, this is so much better.
Yeah. Cause I've played, most of Indiana Jones, like the game, on my Steam Deck, just streaming it like xCloud to it and everything. So, but yeah, you could definitely tell the difference between that and then playing on the console. But if you can I don't know what PlayStation's doing. Cause like, even like I straight up streamed, pretty much all of Alan Wake 2 on my Portal, not PlayStation to Portal, just straight up from Portal. And it looked amazing, played great, had an awesome time. So
yeah, it's definitely getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better. Well, there you have it, everybody.
As much as they keep raising the price, it should get better.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. That's going to do it for our show tonight. Bo, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you and what kind of content you up to?
Oh man, you can find me at Bono's Gaming or Bono's Gaming YT on socials, but I'm Bono's Gaming here on YouTube. And what am I working on? I just got this little guy in. I don't know if you can see this, but this little handheld right here is an Android handheld. Sorry, that flips up. Oh, you can't see that at all.
That's cool.
It's like a early 2000s cell phone kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. I'm working on a couple of mobile controller reviews right now as well that are both very unique. That's all. I guess I can't say more or less than that right now, but and then I don't know. I'm working on a review of Bluey the video game with my daughter right now. So that's something different for the channel as well.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Thanks for having me on tonight.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being
Appreciate you coming on.
Y'all go give Bo Knows Gaming a subscribe and a like and watch every single minute of video that is on his channel. And if you don't do that, do you really love gaming? Because he knows gaming, y'all. He knows gaming. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. This has been Zach,
Derek,
and Bo.
Y'all have a blessed week. Bye-bye.